Taylor was dating a gangster, and she was helping him in some of his criminal activities. It actually is. Recently, they just put out proof that she was actually involved in some of the activities.
I understand.
You can see. Let me get out my point of view real quick, and I'll let you rebut it. There are dangerous ways to live your life. There are certain ways that there's certain paths through reality that lead to life, and there's certain paths through reality that lead to death. And the gangster lifestyle.
Paths through reality lead to death. First of all.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm just correcting that. I understand what you mean. There's certain paths of life that leads towards prosperity. There's
Yes.
certain paths of life.
And so you knew what I meant, so there was no reason to say that.
But
So
I'm a semantics person. My part of me. Words are important.
okay. But anyways, there's certain ways of being that are functional and certain ways of being that are dysfunctional. And I think gangster culture is a dysfunctional way to live. And she made the choice to date a man that was in that culture. And it's not a racist thing. In the 1920s, gangster culture that's where it came from. It came from Al Capone, and it came from lawlessness and drug running and a violent lifestyle. It's kind of like live by the sword, die by the sword. So her boyfriend was.
Gangster lifestyle too?
Huh?
Couldn't you say that cops live a gangster lifestyle?
I don't think so, because part of the gangster lifestyle is going against the society and the community that you're in, and just kind of like fuck the world, and I'm going to do this my way, and anybody gets in my way gets run over.
I saw an officer in Seattle who just up on Aurora picked up a prostitute, fucked her, and there was no repercussion for it. That's kind of a gangster.
He was actually somebody who was an ethics investigator.
Zero repercussions.
All right, let's deal with that issue. Let's deal with that. You know, you want to have a march for that? You guys want to have a march for that? It's peaceful.
And they didn't.
But what I'm saying is like we're having a dialogue here. I'm trying to tell you where I'm at. If you want to show me the evidence for that and show me the case, and I believe, and it turns out I agree with you, I will get out here in the street and march with you for that. I will. But the thing is, when I look at stuff like I think Breonna
There is
Taylor
also something
entered
going
into
down
a
in
dangerous
Denver,
lifestyle.
Colorado. I'm just getting the stream for now as well.
We entered into that agreement to.
She entered into a dangerous lifestyle,
I understand.
and she also was involved in the criminal activity, and she wasn't in bed when she was shot. She was in the hallway standing, and she also has a bunch of pictures all over social media that show her kind of glorifying that gangster lifestyle.
You mentioned that gangster culture you defined as being counterculture to what is around.
I think you're trying to pin me down. I think we both know what gangster culture is. It's just kind of a violent, I'm going to do my own thing, I'm going to kill anybody who gets my way kind of lifestyle.
Here's all I have to say about that, okay? With the way that there is disparity in America, there is cultures out there, luckily none that I was born into, you or her, but that in which gangster culture is the norm.
I agree.
So
There is also stuff going down in Minneapolis, or Minnesota rather. I'm
the idea is
going to be pulling that up as well.
resources so that the culture that they see around them changes. If every male role model in your life that you've seen has had problems with the police, if your dad, if your uncle, if all that shit, if you got missing family members and you grow up to a single mother, around some gangster culture, that's what you're going to be around. And so what we're looking to do is take some of the money that's being spent on tear gas, take some of the money that's being spent on Bearcats, and fucking put it into that culture and try and make that culture better so that culture stops becoming one that is so easily channeled into a life of pain.
I agree with some of that. One thing I don't agree with is mingling things together. So we don't need to deal with one issue by dealing with the other issue at the same time. So if we need to help out a community, we don't need to do that by defunding the police. We need to focus on one thing at a time.
So would you be more comfortable, sorry for interrupting you, but would you be more comfortable with them with more money being allocated to public resources or to public,
So that's another point that I don't agree with.
public enrichment system?
That's saying teach somebody to fish and you feed them for a lifetime, feed them a fish and just feed them for a day. I don't think.
For the time being, we're going to hop over to Denver, Colorado, where this is going down here.
I think if we go around this fence on the other side,
because we don't look like a couple of proud citizens.
Yeah, that's why I was.
No, No, you don't look like a Proud Boy even though.
They let me into the rally in Portland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't get beat up.
That's funny.
Damn.
Probably like we'll take any numbers we can get. Dude, that was bad. They probably shot some fucker.
So like 50% of the police force on that line right there turned around and bolted to where the counter protesters were. We're stepping it out to see if we can get over there. Maybe. Let's see if we can get in right here first, and then we'll go from there. Why couldn't it be cold today, dude? All right, so shots fired over by the the right-wing protesters, the militia group. Not on the counter-protest side that we were just at. They did form a perimeter, but we might be able to get around over here.
I think it's one block down.
We might be able to get through here.
I think we can go to past the library.
If any of the viewers, if you got information on what happened on that side, it'd be great if you could share it with me or the mods. If there was any streams going on that side. Yeah, so the perimeter is still formed right there. So we're not getting through right there.
Want to just go for it?
Damn, man. Well, we might actually, maybe this is the place to stay. The ambulance is over here. All right, so shots fired. Paramedics on scene.
One of the right-wing dudes, someone got shot.
Who shot who?
I don't know who shot who. One's on the ground. I saw him get shot and one laying on the ground.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. They have it obviously cleared right now.
Yeah. So somebody was shot. There's somebody on the ground over here. Two injuries?
Yes, Diane. The title read that there was a right-wing militia group or something to that effect gathering here in Denver. But I can't vouch for that. That was just the title.
Oh yeah, I was standing right there when you got I saw spray that a single
So, suspect on the ground over there.
a single shot was fired. Thank you. How do we get it? Can you show it to us now? No, I'm live. I'm broadcasting.
There's also stuff going down in Minneapolis.
Anybody's witnessed this? Was there a witness to any of this? Raise your hand, please. Anybody see anything?
Back down. I'm back here.
You saw what happened?
I saw the shot, the tear gas, and the fire. I'm not going anywhere.
Hey, how are you?
I have video of it.
Alright,
folks, we're gonna move everybody out of here.
I don't know. You're gonna want to stick around that fast.
Yes, the title for this was Right-Wing Militia Protest and Counter-Protest in Denver, Colorado.
Sir, we're going to ask everybody to move back. Are you willing to participate in the investigation of this crime? Sir, yes or no? Are you willing to participate in the investigation? No? Okay. Hey folks, we need everybody to move back.
Back up that way. Back up that way.
Everybody on the other side of the tape here. On the other side of the tape, we need you to move back.
All right, so suspect over there with a orange backpack,
We need you to move back.
sitting on the column right there, blue shirt. So they're starting to push everybody back. I'm gonna ask around here in a second to see if anybody was over here when this happened. So they took one individual away in an ambulance with a gunshot wound. Not totally clear on the facts yet. So we are live downtown Denver, Civic Center Park.
Fucking crazy mentally ill murderers fucking shot someone.
We were on the other side of the park over there when we heard shots ring out. Shots were fired on the protester side, the right-wing militia that was formed in Civic Center Hall right here in the theater. They went to march south down here, and I was actually on the opposite side of that rhino over there, so I didn't get a view of what happened, and then they quickly formed a perimeter. So we ran out around to the other side, and then we got that shot of that individual being loaded into the ambulance, and then the individual handcuffed on the column right there. She's got spray paint to cover cameras. So this right-wing protester was just trying to spray black spray paint upon the lenses of that photographer's camera right there.
Who got shot?
Lieutenant! Lieutenant!
Hey, cut!
Don't go into the crowd, don't go.
Run! Ryan! What happened?
Yeah, we don't need an escalation. Just break it up, all right?
Lieutenant!
Our stuff, all right?
Y'all could have broken up hours ago.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Oh, you feel big? You're coming out and standing? You're coming out and standing with the fucking beer? I see who gets you in the shower.
Who'd you guys fucking shoot over here?
Let's have it meet up sometime. You look a lot fucking cuter outside of your fucking uniform.
Hey, let's go. That's what it was.
Now, there is also a march, as I said, in Minneapolis that's taking place. It's being shown on a multicam, but when I go to YouTube to find the live stream, I cannot get it. I will stay here in Denver.
Thank you.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here!
There's an ambulance behind you. Move, asshole!
Somebody got shot.
So those of you just tuning in, we're downtown Denver, Civic Center Park. There was shots fired on the right-wing militia side that I was separated from. I was in the group of counter-protesters filming. So we ran around here to the other side. We saw somebody get loaded into an ambulance. No idea on his condition yet.
I think it was a chud.
You guys might know more.
Okay, I've got another streamer. Same location.
And then there was a suspect sitting on the column over there in the orange backpack and the blue shirt. Were you here the whole time?
Well, I wasn't right here.
Oh.
I mean, we were over there. And
Yeah.
there were shots fired. And
I was on that side as well, yeah. So there's a SWAT truck moving in with police and riot gear on the garters on the side. Still not masked up yet.
Same location, Denver. Another streamer, a bit closer.
They got all the suspects. It wasn't them. It was another.
This isn't
It was
better.
somebody else on that side. Yeah.
Who's the other Nazi shoot?
Hey, question. How do y'all feel about protecting the wrong people?
No comment.
Can I get? How do you feel? Person to person. I'm asking you as a person. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna head back to off metadata since it's a bit more of a mature streamer. Same location, Denver, Colorado, where shots are fired.
It's almost like we do you know what shots were fired twice?
It sounded like you as well. I thought it was too.
I did not bring goggles today.
I was
kind of hanging.
Y'all look dumb as fuck on national television right now. You know that, right? You know that, right? Every one of your mothers is watching you. It's only something better.
So all suspects in custody?
Everyone who cooks your food, everyone who fixes your car, the people at the grocery store, your doctors, your nurses, every one of them are over here.
What the fuck is wrong
Only
with you?
you are over there.
You fucking hold us back!
I'll drag you across this pavement, boy. Fucking smile.
That was a right protest where the shots were fired. It was separated from the counter-protesters.
Your dad is probably a racist.
We don't know who was involved in what, but that was the right-wing protest that happened.
There's Big Papa.
Why are you smirking?
Because y'all should just make out and get it over with. Seriously, you'll feel better about it.
Why are you smirking? Are you excited to hurt us?
His steroids are pumping through his system right now. That extra testosterone.
He does have a handlebar.
Oh my god.
Tough one.
Well, you weigh like 110 pounds under all that gear.
You look like a scrawny white kid who wouldn't stop talking about World War II in history class.
Can I see your badge collection? Can I see your Nazi war memorabilia, please? How many medals do you have in your face? What's it like being oppressed and gay?
We're ashamed of you. You're a fucking fool. What's it like to not be able to talk because you did steroids in high school?
You're class traitors.
Oh, he's getting red. You're getting red. Oh, you're blushing.
16017 is definitely a little short. He's a little short. He's a Bro, you can put the badge down and rejoin the community.
All right, again, so shots were fired on the right-wing protest side, next to the Denver Library right there. So it wasn't involved in the counter protest. That was on the other side of the park, where most of the police activity was. So you saw them turn around and run over to the right-wing protest area. At least one confirmed gunshot wound, and multiple suspects in custody. We just heard on the radio. So we saw the wounded individual get transported in the ambulance. Don't have any information on that yet, on the status of that individual. Looks like they're forming a line of force. Weapons at low ready.
One of your right-wing buddies just fucking shot someone, one of your racist friends.
Also, thanks for showing up to the stream and supporting independent media. We try our best just to give you a first-person look at what it's like to be down here at these protests and counter-protests and demonstrations. You can donate to help support us. That's how we get to Portland, Seattle, Washington. So if you could throw us $1 or $2.
Cindy, I don't know what presidential candidate they supported, but regardless, a life is a life, a human is a human, and my channel, I just try to cover things and let people reach their own conclusions and determine the facts based off what they see. So rather than speculate, I'm just going to leave it to what's being shown by the streamer now.
As far as...
He did say that he did not know what side it was from or who it was.
I do not have... Somebody tweeted me information on... It wasn't the BLM side that shot somebody. It was the right-wing protest side over here on the left. If you had just tuned in, we were actually on the other side with the BLM protesters, and we heard shots ring out. And I ran over here, and at least one of the individuals that was with the right-wing protest is arrested, and one wounded. So we're not sure affiliation. Somebody did send me a Twitter post of a view of what had happened, but I cannot look at it right now for obvious reasons.
So again, for those just joining us, this is Denver, Colorado, where there was a right-wing protest as well as a counter-protest that occurred. That is basically the only information that we know at this time.
No unlawful assemblies declared. They said looks like they're kind of scattering on their own. Stand by for now. They never turn the radios down.
Was it a comrade who got shot?
No. Alright.
Sorry, I didn't want to, conflict of interest you or anything.
I just work here.
You could send this way.
So another line.
Hey, if you're passing out something, they observe that. Sheriff's keeping an eye on you. Walk up and you guys are passing out something. They're watching you. You guys are fucking idiots.
All right, so this whole perimeter surrounded. Looks like they took the suspect in the shooting on the right wing side away. Just want to clarify that we don't know who those individuals were affiliated with, but we do know they were with the right wing protest march over here to the left of the library. The BLM protest was on the opposite side of this theater right here, fenced off. So there's a whole perimeter that was separating the two protests. So I actually had to run all the way around the entire park to be able to get over here.
And that's going to do it by itself.
For those of you new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. It's a pleasure engaging
So
with you in chat
the
and
line of
having a safe
protesters,
space where we can all respectfully communicate
is moving over here.
and watch. My objective is to form an unbiased channel where we can simply come together and just watch things nationwide, where I am always monitoring. Last night we streamed Portland, Seattle, Eugene, and we'll do the same tonight, as well as Wisconsin last night. So intrigued to see what will come of the nation tonight, but it will be streamed in real time.
DPD and Denver Sheriff, Denver Metro Task Force, and Denver SWAT.
Yeah, Jen, tonight I expect Portland to be busy as streamers from Eugene will be traveling there. I caught wind of that last night, so intrigued to see what will happen in about 4 hours' time as it gets dark there.
That's right. Yeah, it would be awfully rude.
Yeah, there's DPD on every block surrounding us. There's two on a SWAT or a riot truck over there, and then I see motorcycle police on the next block up on Colfax.
The self-proclaimed domestic terrorist. That's right. I think you guys are loitering.
So yeah, we were on the BLM counter-protest side. Shots were fired on the next block where the right-wing protesters were. One injured. We saw them get taken away in an ambulance.
Are you guys just still enforcing the permit from earlier? What's going on?
We do have another streamer. I'm just going to check in with him. If not, we'll pop back to that one there with Off Meta. Different location. Just trying to get a view of the street here to get a sense of bearings of where this person is.
Do not fucking hit a woman. Don't hit a woman, bro. Yo, he just tried to hit a woman. There's fucking guys. He hit anyone.
Let her go. Let her go. Let her go. She can
So this is a group that appears to be the counter-protesters that were at the same event. Those orange paintball guns signify that those long guns are less lethal, and they fire pepper balls.
Forward.
I peed my pants a little bit.
What? I know. That's exactly. They don't need anything. We don't need shit.
Yeah.
That's right! That's right! Let me go!
I'm getting gassed after that.
Hold it! Hold it! Indigenous! Indigenous! Who streets? Our streets! Who streets? Our streets! It's indigenous streets. It ain't no. I know, man. No, you can see right here.
Good job, guys. Thank you.
Oh, you want that?
Tax.
I ain't scared of you. They're gonna start shooting.
And if you just note how they treat the police, it's just incredible to go to having, you know, flybys with F-16s honoring the frontline workers, you know, police, doctors, etc. to, you know, them having to endure this for 135 days, particularly, you know, in Washington, in Oregon, New York City, Minneapolis.
Blue and clear. Like clear blue. So how am I in the middle of this? Why I'm in the middle of this?
Yeah, so those are the BLM counter-protesters that were there for the right-wing protest.
I need to just film.
And we're just going to take a hop back to the other streamer to get a sense of his view with what's going on.
I know those very well from the Portland days. I took a couple of those to the back. Got some nice bruises.
So there's two lines.
And actually, we have video when I was in Portland when the feds were there.
So
my phone got.
We'll hop back to the other one since that's likely to have more action.
Tighten this.
Hey, if you're a white supremacist, raise your hand.
Well, Lindsay, to answer your question with the UN, if one candidate gets in opposed to the other, who heavily favors China, and the UN, you know, also includes, that's a good question.
Oh shit.
Back the fuck away, you fucking cowards.
Julie, to answer your question, we don't know who was shot. I have seen people say that it was a right side individual shot by the left, but it's all speculation until a statement comes out. I'm not going to deem which side was hit as opposed to the other.
Yeah, no cannabis, no peace. Damn, not the damn cold.
Now, guys, on Facebook, just so you know, I have had a stream drop earlier today. That was just streaming a Back the Blue event in Seattle. Should the same thing happen, I will be back up and running. Facebook with data demand as well as censorship, oftentimes that will happen, but I will be back up and streaming this in real time.
Because we move, you come, that's how it is. All right. Come and follow. I know, right? I know these kids are flattering, but damn. Thank you. Just ask me for my number next time. Let's go get a drink.
What does this sticker mean? I found it on the ground. What is it?
No, what is that?
Sticking on something? Like cop car or something? What? Should I rip it up? Where are you at?
You found this?
Yeah, on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm a cuss him down too. Hey, as a non-black person, don't ever step at a black man like that. Don't ever step at a black man
Nate, keep your ass over there. Keep your ass over there. Ain't shit going down. Ain't shit going down. Keep your ass away.
Look at all these race traitors right here. You're not gonna be white no matter how hard you
Ain't shit happening. Calm your fucking nerves. You can't get all brought up and fucking hype because he's expressing himself.
Football or something.
He was worried about that yellow umbrella.
Oh, I'm straight. I've been talking like this all day.
I've got other
Let
streams.
me the fuck go.
I do have 3 other streamers that I'm pulling up. And chat, bear with me here, I'm sorry.
I don't think you fucking get it.
I do get it.
This is the people's mind.
This is the people's mind. They're not gonna beat you. They fucking
I don't give a
They're
fuck.
holding on to you so they don't take you. Let him go. He wants to get fucking taken. Let him go. Come on, get over here.
You yanking me, bro. Like I'm
Yanking
on
shit, asshole.
It's from police.
It's
from police. 10% of. 10% of.
Fucking Germany. Not bad, bro.
Police interaction are domestic. They're domestic. So these guys go home and beat their wives. And beat their wives. And beat their children. And beat their children. That's the statistic. Every 2 out of 4 police officers.
Out of 4 police officers.
Go home and beat their spouse.
Go home and beat
Hey,
their spouse.
hey,
So think
yo,
about that.
your camera's not on. Hey.
Do have a better view I'm pulling up now. Denver, Colorado.
It's too late. There's no more hiding behind the code of blue. There's no more unions to protect you.
Are much more likely to beat their wives because they're more inclined to dangerous
Look at me, I'm in my fucking pajama pants.
They got Father Sunday over here. Bring your kid to work day.
Like, what in the fuck? Don't be the bottom minority.
Look at these two, bro. I got blue eyes too.
See, he's real excited because he looks up to this big douchebag as daddy.
You call him daddy in the locker room too?
Wow!
Bro, I'm a black man out here. What the fuck are y'all doing? Can't just walk around my own goddamn city I pay taxes at?
Did you just try to answer with protect and serve? Are you fucking stupid or some shit?
Fucking bullshit.
Hey, we're trying to make y'all like France.
highest suicide rate for cops of any country. That's my goal. Don't worry, it's coming.
Here's my question. Do you have to stick together? Like, do they try to stick you two next to each other to balance each other out? Like,
That's his bitch. It's like prison bait.
It was a funny joke. You gotta give me that. Knuckles?
We'll see. This guy's trying to get into the Aryan Brotherhood, which this one clearly fucking runs on the police force.
All right, we're just going to get a bit more of a zoomed out view here. Same location, Denver.
Everyone, be aware. They have just issued a word to do mass arrest. So if you ain't prepared to be arrested, they're coming in the booth.
All right, we're going to zoom in with off meta. Stand by. And then after here, we're going to move right back up to the police line.
Fucking right wing. Yeah, right? Fucking fascist pigs.
Mark
just note that Gallo and Bravo for the next stream that we're going to go do.
So does, I guess, Pet the Plastic.
Oh, yeah.
That fucking guy's gotta have a pair of balls to get that deep into there, you know?
I was at the Proud Boy rally in Portland like a week and a half ago.
How'd that go? I was gonna ask about that.
It was interesting.
Was it?
Yeah.
Scaring like 400 plus dudes? Was it 200?
It was really weird. I felt like I was on a different planet. It was so odd. The American Wolf guy was there, and like they were handing out shields.
Yes, Lindsay, I agree with the childish behavior and the insults. Just have an actual conversation. But that type of behavior just furthers the divide. That is correct.
I got hit with Portland police batons. The first baton I've taken since I've been doing this. I've got hit with everything else. But
how'd that work out? Where's your booze?
It's actually, it's alright. Yeah, we got Kevin really bad up there.
So I'm just going to zoom back into that line to allow you to hear what's being said to law enforcement.
We got nothing over here. I'm literally saying everything on camera. You got Kelly to fucking beat people. What a fucking baby. This guy, 2, 3. He's got all. We got 3 of them at least. 4, 5, 6.
Seattle is getting quite busy at the moment as well.
You need a name tattoo, huh?
Yeah!
I want you to know that the National Guard has made it the protesters who attacked on the civilians. So they are moving in to do what they must against the civilians. Just so you know, be careful.
That's right, Joe. For those watching, if you want to pop by Seattle, take a look there. Just drop a 1. And if you want to stay here, drop a 2. But we could do either or. Both are pretty active at this point.
But we're gonna want to see stuff on it.
Also, just want to thank you guys for the love and appreciation for the time and energy that goes into this. Logistically, it's a lot, so much appreciation and gratitude.
somebody against us shot somebody else against us.
That's not who we are! Stay tight! Unite! We do this every night! Die, magic scum! Kill yourself!
Look that bullet, please.
Alright, so you can see that group moving. I'm just going to give you a better view to give some bearings as to where they're headed up the street there. We're just going to drop back to off meta, who has a wide screen view. Actually, no one. We're going to go back to that crowd. This is going to be at the front of that crowd that you just saw there. Same location in Denver. Seattle. Seattle is still active with that Back the Blue / anti-protest protest, and my
elderly people who have no balance.
But that's what happens. Even these streaming platforms are now getting in on the action as they know that people are viewing these riots and protests. They're now doing ads, whereas before they were not. So my apologies for that interruption in our coverage. And yeah, no, I don't get any money for these ads. They do. So it is what it is. But let me see here. We'll move back to Anon. And when we come back to that last stream, we won't have to deal with that ad. But Seattle is definitely worthy of being looked at the moment. Okay, there are police in armored riot trucks now on the move here. Off meta. I am unsure if they are headed to that location where we were just at with those protesters there. But
well, actually, it looks like there might be a reformation over there of the protesters.
Armored trucks just left this location.
I really would like
here we go. There's one just
get an interview of anybody who witnessed the shooting that was on the right-wing protest side. I saw that there was somebody on Twitter that was able to get.
And if you note that building that's at the center of the screen,
who was
there,
attending
I'm not sure if that's the Capitol building of Denver or whatnot, but that is the direction that those protesters were walking.
Yeah, let's go with video.
Straight there to the 12 o'clock of the screen.
Of the incident. So again, general dispersal. Seems like a lot of the vehicles are moving on. Actually, we need to move over here. I think they're gonna parallel the group of protesters up there to see if there's a dispersal and try not to get hit by a car. They opened up traffic on Broadway right here.
I'll take anything.
Yo, do you have your car? Nope.
I don't think they would have called you. Probably maybe they got a GED. Oh yeah, that's a requirement. Come on.
They're scared.
Too much credit.
You guys are looking at my eyes. You guys are scared. They are confident.
When we flick you off, we don't want you to smile back because we mean it.
Yes, Karen. Again, I've seen children brought to those marches and protests, and yeah.
Up at the Capitol over there. That's what it looks like. Looks like they're trying to move on the protesters over here. Or maybe they have somebody targeted.
To Glenn in chat, with the Insurrection Act at FEMA, I fully concur with the views of these anarchists. It's not just something, they don't care about left or right, and it's an ideology that is embedded, so I don't know how that behavior is going to change. That's something to be seen in the future.
On 13th though. Hey y'all, a lot of you OG watchers will know that this is the cursed intersection. Remember the Domino's driver, all the craziness that happened on this intersection, the donuts. Nothing good ever happens at this intersection.
The donuts he's speaking about, there is a clip on my page during the Breonna Taylor Louisville riots that took place here in Denver. And there's a bunch of a truck and 2 vehicles that were doing burnouts. It's on my page. That's what he was referring to.
I'm not sure what this line is right here. So, pushing pedestrians, protesters away.
All right, Detroit now. Detroit has a march going as well. So we have Detroit, Denver, and Seattle currently.
Across the street right here.
Just going to switch up the view here, a bit closer to the crowd. You can see that same truck there that's about to leave.
You guys need to see the other live stream. Off Meta is following the other protest on the phone.
And there is a group that is on the move. Again, I think law enforcement is just going to disengage as to not incite anything at this point. But this is that group that's been walking. So in about another 3-4 hours, once it gets nightfall in Portland, Eugene, and Seattle, we should see some action tonight.
Most people will actually tend to leave because I know, I've actually wanted to walk off.
Hang on, Tara. Let me just copy that. Oh, you have it. Wow. Okay. Wow. Hang on 1 second here.
Is this a dispersal? Because we're going the wrong way.
Pull it up for everybody. Wow, Tara, you're huge. Thank you.
That just happened, the shooting?
Yeah.
Let's go back to the tent.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Right?
All right, so everybody in chat and on Facebook, we do have footage of the alleged shooting. So it is in slow-mo. I'm going to play it for you guys. Please just bear with the screen as I try to mirror what we're going to be seeing here. 1 second. Let me just set it up. Add browser. Okay. Copy.
They're scared of us. They're scared of each and every one of you. That's why they come out here. Because they're scared. Each and every one of you. They're scared.
Okay. I'm just going to mute my volume.
All right, guys.
Or I'm going to mute the volume of the stream here, and we're going to pull up my Google Chrome, and we're going to watch this happen on Twitter. Okay, so that's what's going to be on the screen. We just set this up correctly. Transform, fit to screen. So here we go. Let me just mute that volume. We'll pull up Chrome for you guys. I'm just going to set it up so that you have volume. Stand by 1 second. And this is the shooting that just took place in Denver. Right there. Right there. Right here. Okay. Right here. So those are the two suspects there. They do not look like they're right wing. And it looks like there is one male on the ground. So again, just a quick replay. Watch right here. One last time. Keep your eye to the right of the screen. Right here, dead center. They walk up behind the individual and he shoots them right there in cold blood. Cold blood. Cold blood, straight up. Right there. There's the gun. Sidearm. Sidearm is right there. Okay. Let me just adjust my screen again here for you guys. So that is what just transpired in Denver. And I thank you 1 second for the name. I will get it back to you. Let me just pull up the correct settings here. Okay, now we're back to normal. All right. We are gonna stretch the screen. Here we go. And now we are back to normal coverage. Wow. So that is what just happened. And I'm gonna pull up a different streamer here now. Lastly, we'll check out Seattle, see what's going down there. We lastly dealt with an advertisement, and there is another one. Excellent. So, incredible. That's what just transpired in Denver. There were two individuals that walked up behind a male. This is in Seattle.
Regardless of what the opposition does, so that anything in Seattle in general makes a big statement.
Hey there, malcontents. I'll explain what's going on in a minute. It's the first speaker.
So I think it's important that we all come out and show them that they don't. Like Michelle said, we have extra science.
Let's head back to Denver. Hopefully. Okay, here we go. This is Denver, Colorado. My apologies for the clarity, but this is an individual who was taking part in that march.
Come on.
And I am still trying to find feeds here for Denver. It looks like things have calmed down.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention.
There is a flag march actually going down in Beverly Hills. Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys. One second. Sorry for this horrible streamer. Let me get you a bit of a better view here. With off metadata.
It's deteriorating America. It's eroding the middle class. You know, when it comes to things that are bad for this country, it's almost worse than Black Lives Matter and Antifa. Like, goddamn. You think these cowboys that come here to protect the community, goddamn it, you think they wouldn't shoot each other?
Valid point.
Get your dumb ass. I see that.
They are not here.
So there is actually a flag wave going on in Beverly Hills. Pretty big for Trump, so I'm just going to be pulling that up next for you guys. And we'll head over there. Pretty big event. And I will keep my eye on Denver to see if anything else arises.
The door on that treehouse is open in that truck. That's a sweet, sweet little playhouse, huh? Door's closed. So, yeah, it seems like a general dispersal. We're not sure on any direct action or protest this evening, but just stay tuned. Make sure you follow us.
All right, now that that's done with, we're going to head to Beverly Hills, where a rally is going on at the moment. Decent amount of people. All right, so now I got all that squared away. Alrighty. Tara, I just want to say thank you for that link. And there is another streamer. Excellent. Thank you for the links. Hang on one sec. Copy. Hey Tara, if you could just let me know where that streamer was that you just sent in, and if it is alive. And I thank you so much for that link.
Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it.
Yes, Julie, that's right. That's what I gathered from witnessing it. It looked like two of the left came up on the individual 6 directly behind him, based on the video that we saw. Awesome, that's Denver Live. Okay, thank you. And if you can just comment the streamer's name, and I'm sorry to ask that of you, it's just so that I can enter it in for copyright purposes. And I just so very much appreciate everybody in chat and, you know, the contributions and the help. Thank you for actively participating as well, making this, you know, the best channel that it can be. And that includes you guys, and I just want to say thank you so much. Out of the watch. Thank you, Tara. Much appreciate you. Hang on one sec. Alrighty. That is.
We're gonna go see surprise guest that has shown up.
And that is in Denver, Colorado. Okay, Got that entered. All right, stand by, guys. We're going to head back to Denver. And this was sent in by Jen. Much appreciated. And I wonder if they're still live. It doesn't appear to be so. The auto. So we'll just temporarily head back to Beverly Hills as more streams and stuff come up. Get some audio.
Hey Fred, what are you talking about? What's going on?
Okay, Julie, excellent, got that. Now, thanks to Julie in chat, we also have another link. Let me just check this out real quick. It is also from Twitter. Okay, and that was the one that you sent me there, okay. Thank you. I'm actually going to post and include that to the page so that anybody who comes across this live stream, they'll be able to witness that for themselves to reach their own conclusion. So much appreciation your way. Okay, gotcha. Thank you again, Jules. Copy. We're going to head to Denver momentarily, guys. Just entering another streamer. Cut. Paste. All right, we're going to try heading to Marshall Moody in Denver, Colorado. Let's check out this link here. Bear with Facebook as it buffers and buffers and buffers. Interesting. Yeah, Julie, it's not working for some reason. Try one last time. It's weird. Interesting. Neither of those two streams are working there.
And like Michelle said, we're
try this last one in Denver. There we go.
Let you understand what you're doing with your job. You know, God's going to greet you with the same piece of equipment that you got on your hip, praise God. The same piece of equipment that you got on your hip, overseer, is how God is going to greet you when your heart stops beating. To the God that we serve, the only wise God, Jesus Christ. Yep, I said it. Hi, you guys. 3%ers. What's going on, praise God? I'm a black woman speaking to you. Praise God. You are saying in Jesus' name, that's a black dude. I just want you to think about this. That we don't agree with each other.
thanks to Julie, we do have an article that I'm going to scroll through here with some additional information. Just going to temporarily mute that. I'm going to switch the screen to my Chrome to allow you guys to see. Capture my cursor. Okay. Transform. Fit to screen. There happen to be a lot of ads on this particular page, but the information that's on it is definitely of more value. Okay, here's the page. Geez Louise. We're working on it, guys. Enter. Close. Okay, here we go. Full screen. Alrighty, so 1 dead, 2 in custody after gunfire at downtown Denver rallies. Alrighty. In this picture above, right-wing group gathers at the amphitheater at Civic Center for the Patriot rally in downtown Denver on Saturday. Scroll on down. Alrighty, 1 person has died and 2 people are in custody after a shooting during dueling protests Saturday in downtown Denver, according to police and media reports. A man participating in what was billed as a Patriot rally of a right-wing protester sprayed mace in a left-wing demonstrator left-wing demonstrator, and then the left-wing demonstrator shot him with a handgun. Ambulances responded to the scene. Police said Saturday afternoon they are working on a homicide investigation. Alrighty, so that is what happened. As the rallies got started, the 2 groups were shouting at each other, and police were standing by. 1 protester burned a thin blue line flag in front of the officers. But an hour in, police had fired what appeared to be pepper balls after people from the leftist group started rattling a barrier headed into the amphitheater. The right-leaning protesters were inside the amphitheater area, while the left-leaning protesters were outside. So that's why they had them separated to begin with, okay? Police were not letting anyone else into the amphitheater area, but by 3:30, the barrier appeared to be coming down. The quote Patriot rally in Civic Center was organized by John Teagan, an El Paso County resident with a large social media following, who had tweeted earlier this month that BLM, Antifa, and related Marxist associations were assaulting everything we love and cherish about this country. There's nothing wrong with that. The counter-protest had been billed by organizers on Facebook as a BLM Antifa soup drive. Nice. That appealed to Isabel, forgive me on the last name, who said she came out because she liked the idea of a soup drive to help low-income folks. She brought pasta but said she was apprehensive about what she'd seen online in anticipation of the events. While the Patriot rally held a group banner that said socialism sucks, Eric Goodman was running a table with literature trying to get people to join the Colorado Socialist Revolution. There's amazing enthusiasm for socialism right now, especially among younger people, he said, end quote. Teagan's description of their organization is absolutely right. BLM Antifa organizers wrote on the event page, quote, "We are fighting against racism, nationalism, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, ableism, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, the police, immigration enforcement, imperialism, and all oppression and exploitation," the post stated. Wow, that is a mouthful. So that gives you pretty much, I guess, the consensus between the two sides there. But wow, that is very valuable information. All right, the right-leaning protesters were inside the amphitheater area. Let me see here. And that basically is it. In anticipation of the heightened tensions, Denver PD said the department respects the right to peacefully assemble. Those who are participants in protests, demonstrations, marches, or other gatherings as protected by the First Amendment are reminded to do so in a lawful manner. Individuals who choose to act outside of local, state, and federal law will be subject to citation or arrest. And that makes sense. So that is it. And I just want to thank Julie for helping out with that. And let me just change back my stream wall here. This is going to be Denver, Colorado again. Just bear with me and I'll bring up some audio for you. So this is back in Denver.
Solid job, Lieutenant. Send the boys the only good cops are dead cops, right? Nice job, Lieutenant. Appreciate your work.
The only good cop is Officer Down. No, the only good cop is dead cop. Sorry to disagree with you, but it's the truth.
Let's go escort these geriatric fascists to the car, guys. Let's go. Fuck you, you pussies! Go hide behind your gun!
What is your badge number? Officer, with the nice big gun, would you identify yourself?
Let me just pop back to chat with you guys. Sorry, I have like 50 tabs open at the moment.
Is your mother proud that she raised a bitch?
And I just want to say thank you again.
Can't even
that
identify yourself. Fucking coward. Why don't you put the badge down?
There is a protest march that's just taken off in St. Pete Pierce. There was another group out in Chicago, Chicago Activist Coalition for Justice. They were out there yesterday. And then Sacramento was just setting up a tent.
So how come your officers
over in Beverly Hills, that march is now starting to move to the street, that rally. So once that gets going, we'll head over there.
Your shiny badges don't grant extra rights. You are in violation of the law. The law you're sworn to uphold. Why don't you go uphold it with your fellow officers?
Special thank you to Julie. Thank you very much.
Oh, is it because
and as well as Tara.
Cops are bad? Yeah, you're bad, bad officer, bad officer, bad officer. Every fucking one of you. It's not a problem of bad apples. It's a bad fucking job. You should go home. Take a good look in the fucking mirror. You're all scum. Go do your fucking job. Where's your commanding officer? Who's the commanding officer here? You? No? You? Who's in charge? Y'all just run around with no fucking orders? You guys don't want to produce a commanding officer? Smirk it up, bitch. Why don't you put the badge down and step over the fence? They don't know what to do because they're fucking low IQ machines, drones, pre-programmed. You ever heard of the police IQ cap? Probably not, because you're too fucking stupid.
Yes, Lindsay. That's what they always do. They divert to that. They will always blame law enforcement. From what I've seen for a shooting, regardless of what facts happened, what transpired, or even knowing any details about anything before it happened. And again, that's just based off what I've seen and witnessed. In Louisville, they had hatchets, bats, guns outside the courthouse before the determination and decision was even dropped.
You're violent. You're violent. No!
And that was for 3 counts of negligent discharge, and there were 3 counts because there was a woman who was pregnant with a child. So those are thus for 3 lives that were endangered by the bullets that entered her apartment that were on the backside of Breonna Taylor's apartment. There was also another law enforcement officer who received a 9mm to the leg, and that means that he was actually shot by his own a friendly fire situation. So that just goes to show that it was a very hectic scene and chaotic scene.
We're not the ones fucking shooting people. That's you and your Nazi fucking friends.
Wow. So we literally just saw who did the shooting. They walked up behind a man and shot him. We read the article that it happened because it was triggered by bear mace, regardless of the reason, whether it was in self-defense or not, that bear mace was fired, or mace in general. They retaliated by firing. Now, one of the two is non-lethal. The other is lethal. So one can't really conclude that you have to use lethal force when someone is using something that is non-lethal on you. So I'll be interested to see what charges come of that. I'm sure we all are.
Now the ones you protect are out here committing violence! How do you explain that one?
And again, that Trump rally in Beverly Hills is just starting to get to the road. There are a great amount of people that are there at the moment. In the street, they have permits, they have cones. And if anybody in chat wants to take a stop over there, just drop a 1 in the chat, and we can pop on over there to check it out. But for right now, we'll kind of sit here and see how this plays out. Wow. In Beverly Hills, they have a car caravan, 2 lanes of traffic coned off that goes as far as the eyes can see, and then they have all those people there.
Did someone indie themselves? Don't get caught, brother! No. This isn't the second one that somebody got shot.
Yeah.
Just going to try and give you guys better audio here. Stand by. Yes, Lindsay, Many news networks don't air stuff like this, and it would truly help give better insight to what's going on in this country. Notice how they take pleasure in that. It's also peculiar because they hate the police and they want to defund the police, but they don't comprehend that the police are the only people that are there to protect them from people who could otherwise do great harm to them. And I do not consent or condone to any form of violence other than self-defense. Um, but when self-defense is needed or, as per rules of engagement necessary, it just doesn't make sense. Hang on, Julie. I'm just going to look at that in Twitter. Thank you again for the link. Okay. Julie, I'm actually going to use that for the cover photo for this live stream. I'm going to attach that picture there. Just take a screenshot of that. And for those of you who don't know, in the chat, that link that Julie just posted was on Twitter, respectively, for the left, the right, and then the statement made by the police for the events that happened in Denver today. One being the BLM Antifa suit drive, the counter protest, the fascist rally nearby, Civic Center Park, Saturday, October 10th, 1:30 p.m. The other was Patriot Muster, Patriot Rally, Civic Center, Denver, October 10th, 2020. Stand up, show up, with a picture of the flag. And lastly was that statement by the Denver police saying, the Denver Police Department respects the right to peacefully assemble. Those who participate in protests, demonstrations, marches, or other gatherings, as protected by the First Amendment, are reminded to do so in a lawful manner. Individuals who choose to act outside of local, state, and federal law will be subject to citation or arrest. What we read from that article just before. Man, oh man. Now let's say hypothetically one of them were to be shot, the Antifa, the left side. Who do they think would help them? Who do they call instinctually when they pretend to get hit by a cop, when they pretend to get hit by a car in traffic? They say call 911. It just, wow. So just a woman kindly trying to converse with them and express her love, regardless. Dawn, if you're just joining us, there was a right-wing protest held at the Civic Center here, and right-wing member was shot by a left-sided counter-protest.
Your generation is loved. Because your generation failed, Grandma. I know my generation wasn't good. Okay, you got some shut up. Too. You got some great. We're here to clean up your mess. Please be gentle to one another. Someone was just shot. We don't want anybody to get shot.
But it just happened because of the group that you were with.
Right. So go watch Fox News.
Yeah, go tell them to stop the violence.
Have a nice night. I hope your daughter
So again, that woman was just saying that she loved them, and they responded the way that they did to her. In Minneapolis, I saw a woman disabled in a wheelchair or an automated chair trying to prevent looters from going into a Target, and she was stabbed. Yes, John, this is live. This is in Denver. If you guys in chat could just let me know if the audio is situated now, I'd very much appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys letting me know that it was down. It should be up now.
The blood's on your hands!
Bro, let's be honest. We both know they fucking paid the fucking judge.
Probably. It's probably one of their own.
Homie, is your name really Longfellow? Really?
It's
and
short
you fucking
fellow.
put that shit on a badge. Oh boy, high school must have been hell for you.
That's why he's a cop.
Fucking A.
Look, it's okay that you have a tiny penis. There's girls out there that like that too. It's gotta look a little harder, I'm sure.
Yeah, okay.
I'm curious why you guys are here with actual fucking guns. None of us are
Just to bring anyone up to date who might have missed the incident, we actually did see the shooting itself. We read an article about it. A right-wing member was shot. Two left-wing members were taken into custody, one of them firing the sidearm that was used. It was a pistol. Allegedly, mace was sprayed to the left, and the right responded in that manner.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Look, why are you here?
I'm just looking at what's going on.
You a cop? Well, you look like a
Probably.
No, I'm not a cop.
You dropped your badge.
Why are you dressed like a cop at our fucking rally then?
Dress like a cop. Okay.
Fucking hero.
You guys are. You guys are smart people.
I agree, Riley. It's been going on far too long. But unfortunately, once politics got tied into it, now it's very complicated.
Just check it out with the GoPro, huh?
And when a group has $2.5 billion at their disposal,
everybody here knows me.
the liability from a law enforcement point of view is very high.
Because I'm not out here filming motherfuckers' faces. We know what the purpose is behind that shit.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say.
Beyond sketch. We know there's plants in our group. You guys had one earlier wearing a fucking Black Lives Matter hoodie. Like, she didn't still stand out.
Yeah, I'm clearly trying to blend in with Antifa. Okay.
Well, go blend in elsewhere, buddy.
Yeah, I think I'm
No
good.
one wants you here.
Okay.
Well, the only thing you're about to film is my hand.
What's up? Strong looking hand.
Why, thank you.
He wasn't there. Was a leader. It's a total wreck. I saw him shoot him.
Yeah, I was over here checking things out. Well, I know that the people over here, because I'm one of those people. I genuinely think we need everybody. We need progressives pointing out discrimination and disparities, and we need conservatives digging their heels in and making sure we're not tearing down the whole society in the process. And we need libertarians reminding us already.
Hey, keep your eyes on a guy in the fancy outfit here. He's out here just to film faces.
Hey Ian, good to see you, brother. For those of you who don't know in chat, Ian is a good friend of mine from Scotland, joining us. Aw, thank you, Julie. I'm so thankful that you found me, and vice versa. Same for you, Miss Dawn. Pleasure. Thank you guys for just having a respectful chat, and you know, for having a peaceful, calm place to observe the actions of others and, you know, events that are going on in the country. It's much appreciated, especially on a platform like Facebook, where everybody seems to be a keyboard warrior these days. So it truly does speak to the value and respect that you each have, not just yourselves, but for each other. And it's just incredible to be a part of. Thank you.
We got numbers. We got numbers. We got numbers. Let's go. Let's number up.
Hey, brother, it's good to see you out here again.
Yeah, brother. You know what it is. Shit. I ain't fucking scared of none of these motherfuckers.
Fuck yeah.
Bring that shit. Bring it. Let's go.
We're going to come right back here, guys. Just a sec. Just wanted to pop over to Beverly Hills momentarily, and we'll come right back. This is a Trump rally that's going on in Beverly Hills, and there's an older crowd that's taking part in it.
Tomorrow, so I'll be out there for that. Walking with the comedians, they expect a massive crowd, tens of thousands of people to show up and see how that happens.
Biden's a pedophile.
Oh, that stream I was monitoring wasn't live. Decent amount of people there, and there was a car caravan going by. 2 lanes of traffic next to them as well. Again, this is in Beverly Hills.
Social media, and I figured I'd let you all decide, give you the images and let you decide what you want from what the images show. Get into these events and protests. Monday night I covered
A decent crowd there.
travel to downtown, breaking windows, tagging.
Not sure if anyone here knows any news from Denver.
Events as possible and show you a lot of different things.
Space Force! Space Force!
Just wanted to pop there before we head back to Colorado.
My people right there from Detroit.
And here we are.
Our daily bread. Let me feed it to you right now. Let you understand what you're doing with your job. You know, God's going to greet you with the same piece of equipment that you got on your hip, praise God. The same piece of equipment that you got on your hip, overseer, is how God is going to greet you when your heart stops beating. To the God that we serve, the only wise God, Jesus Christ. Yep, I said it. Hi, you guys. 3%ers. What's going on, Lord God? I'm a black woman speaking to you. Praise God. You can say it in Jesus' name. That's a black Jew. I just want you to think about this.
Then we don't agree with each other.
And there is also another caravan route that's just starting in Salem, Oregon. Once that gets up and running, we'll cover that as well. Appreciate you, Miss Oliver. Thank you very much. That's correct, Tracy. The shooting was there was two left members that approached a right-sided member and shot. One of them had a pistol. We reviewed the footage, thanks to Julie, who sent in the tweet. That will be in the chat. Let me see if I can scroll up and get it for you. For a fact, it's still in my history. I'll pull that up for you. Alright, so I'm going to post in chat right now. This is the actual shooting that occurred at this location here in Denver. It will be, no, Tracy. Thank you all. So here in chat right now, I am going to post a link. And this link is actually the footage of what occurred. And it is on Twitter. I'll pin it to this video. It is the actual incident itself. And then in unison to that, we also have a news article which breaks down exactly what happened, which I will also comment.
And be like, you 3%, I do not know you. Because you were evil to the oppressed, the foreigner. Yes, you were. There's a whole scripture for that. Let me help you.
Yeah, man, that was fucking hard on me this week, man.
You've been praying for a black Jew and celebrating them every Christmas. Black Lives Matter to you every year.
There's a guy on
This Christmas, I want you to know that Jesus is black, and y'all be praying to him all the time. You didn't even know that, but I'm helping. We gonna help you.
And just so everybody knows, in chat, I am monitoring around the country. If anything else pops up worthy of viewing, we will scroll on over to it.
You always needed us. That's why you enslaved us and stole people's land. And
we do have that rally in Beverly Hills right now. We have Chicago Activist Coalition for Justice out again today. They were out there yesterday. There is a St. Pete Pierce protest in St. Pete Pierce.
Praise God. You know one day your heart's going to stop and you're going to stop breathing. He's going to greet you with the same piece of equipment. Everlasting piece of equipment that's going to be shooting you forever and ever 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 and ever. It's Alpha and Omega, the beginning. He's shooting you right now. The cancer is going to quit your job. Right now, you actually do. You can turn away from your evil ways and quit your job.
Somebody go get the police's ladder!
And I'm going to pull you guys up multicam just to show you, give you a general consensus of what's going around the country.
Where are they going?
Second.
You know your kids don't love you. They're ashamed of you. They really
Yeah.
wish they didn't
I'm
have
just
you
going to
as
pull
a
up
parent.
multicam for you guys, and we'll be back to the stream here. So this is just a general view of around the country, what's going on. We have in the bottom right hand corner that Beverly Hills rally. Top right is St. Pete, forgive me on the pronunciation, St. Pete Pierce. There's just a local rally going on there, or protest rather. Then in the bottom left is Chicago. And then bottom center left is, it looks like a rally of some sorts in Washington, United Voices of Washington. So we're just going to head back to Denver now. I just wanted to give you an eye. That guy in the middle is only the Mr. Bill in Sandy, Oregon. He often does events and you know, flag waves, things such as that. So that's likely what he's driving to. But for now, we're heading back to Denver live.
Let you understand what you're doing with your job. You know, God's going to greet you with the same piece of equipment that you got on your hip, praise God. The same piece of equipment that you got on your hip, overseer, is how God is going to greet you when your heart stops beating. To the God that we serve, the only wise God, Jesus Christ. Yep, I said it. Hi, you guys. 3%ers. What's going on? Praise God. I'm a black woman speaking to you. Praise God. You understand in Jesus' name, that's a black Jew.
For everybody in chat, let me know if this looks familiar to you. I'm not sure if there's a bit of lag here with this streamer's feed, but it does look like we viewed this already. Just gonna check if Off Meta Media is still live in Denver, which it appears he is not. I'm gonna check in one other link sent in by a viewer, which is no good, and then we'll head to a different streamer here in Denver.
Downtown Denver.
And this is
They got live ammunition. Bam. They got live ammunition.
Yeah, well, you use guns, that's what happens.
Be an asshole like these guys. It's more becoming of you.
Emerson, Bullard.
What are you gonna do if we don't? Same
Our fucking street!
How do you feel?
Our street!
Indigenous.
Go and show home to your community.
It is
indigenous.
Indigenous.
It is indigenous. How does that feel? You feel good about yourself?
Awesome. Only Mr. Bill is up. I have St. Pete Pierce. I have other streams popping up now on my channel.
Walk your trailer parks and smoke meth, you fucking redneck. Big stick. You gotta compensate, huh?
So those look like the members from the other side. They're now splitting ways.
What it do, G? What it do, G? What it do, baby? You see this shit? They got live ammunition for people who is unarmed. Oh, look at that armor truck right there, baby. Look at that, baby.
Bearcat is on scene.
Look at that shit, baby. I'm unarmed, baby. I ain't doing nothing. I'm trying to. I'm not a terrorist. I'm a medic. I don't have both sides. I don't give a fuck. A person is a person. So don't fuck with me. I'm gonna fuck with you, okay? Good boy. Good fucking dog. This some fuck shit. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Fucking hiding behind your fucking fence. Live ammunition for us, man. What the fuck? And they got Proud Boys out here with ammo. Ain't fucking with them. They fucking with people who got no ammo. None. Whatsoever.
And we all know from watching the footage earlier that they did in fact have guns, and they did shoot a person already.
Don't do it, because we ain't doing nothing.
The left side.
Y'all can just stand there, be peaceful like we are, even though we yelling at y'all face. Words ain't gonna hurt y'all. Y'all still gonna go home, wake back up the next day, and be like, thank you. We try to do the same motherfucking thing out here.
That's right, KG. They did find a plot that was foiled by the FBI to kidnap
Man, everybody around the railroad watch my shit.
the governor
So they gonna
of
see what y'all
Michigan
doing.
there, yep.
Live ammunition, everything back there. No name tag, no nothing.
And they wanted it to start a race war.
I know your shit's supposed to be patched on your fucking chest.
That was foiled by the FBI.
I know. Him right there. All them got silencers on their shit.
Beautiful. Who are you trying to kill without people knowing? What are you trying to fucking repress?
Stand down. Stand down.
Guess you really don't want to disturb your fucking shud party over there when you open fire on it.
I can do the same thing y'all do. But the thing is, y'all trespassing. These ain't y'all streets.
You're a civil fucking servant. You serve the people.
But y'all are not doing. Not at all.
We, the people.
Yeah, go ahead and cry. Sniffle again, like a baby back bitch. Because you know you should stand down. Put your gun down. All y'all, if y'all big and bad, fight like a real person. Put your damn dukes up. Don't be bitches.
Let's go. Nah,
I ain't scared of them.
Scared. That's why you come out like this. You're not part of this community. You never were.
That's right, Devon.
Fucking disgrace to the human race.
There is no good.
And the politicians don't understand that. They think that the practice of
Ain't
appeasement
shit good about what the
will
fuck
work.
y'all doing. Ain't shit righteous about what y'all doing. This ain't even fucking justice. How y'all fight against your own fucking country?
KG, I can help you with that. There's an 80-20 ratio of
So
roughly 80% BLM to 20% Antifa, and they basically hijack the movement and use the movement to further their agenda. So that's why they show up to the BLM rallies.
Hey, somebody say alarm for that man should go over your nose too. By the way, not just your mouth.
It's a dead cop.
The only good cop.
It's a dead cop.
The only good cop.
It's a dead cop. It's a dead cop. It's a dead cop. It's a dead cop.
The only good cop.
It's a dead cop.
No, KG, I think they were just affiliated with the left. I'm going to leave it general for now. Just left-sided supporters.
Follow, bro. There you go.
It would just be speculation to state anything otherwise at this point in time. That's right, John.
Hey, that's the cop from last time. I was over here
Yes, Denise,
filming
this
the
is
damn
live in Denver. For
shootout
those of
down on
you
14th
guys
and
just
Raleigh.
joining us,
Yeah.
there was a shooting that occurred. There was a
What's up,
right-sided rally that was held at the Civic Center in Denver, and counter-protest, quote, soup kitchen rally, I guess you can call it, that was held by the left. We reviewed the footage. We actually saw it. It's pinned below in this live stream, the link to that video of that individual getting shot, so you can see and reach your own conclusion upon who did the shooting and who was hit.
These are Nazis!
Thank you, Marshall. Yep.
Oh, snap. What is Arapahoe County doing out here? This is Denver County, son. Y'all need all the fucking backup y'all need, don't it?
There it is, Julie to the rescue again. That's an awesome link she just posted there. A news article which basically breaks down the incident that occurred here live. The shooting that occurred, a member on the right was shot. There were two suspects that were taken into custody, one of them holding a sidearm that did the shooting, all of which was captured on video.
Shit, what is this? Hey, don't get it on them.
Wait, let me.
Oh,
fuck you, pigs! Fuck you, Cole! You fascist! Motherfucker! Look at that! You flies running out this shit!
Yes, Denise, KIA. And these people don't even know that yet. They don't know who did the shooting.
Oh, damn. This is fucked up. I know it's fucked up.
Marshmallows!
Hey, I sure was cold.
I should have brought the marshmallows!
You should have brought the marshmallows, baby.
Fuck that!
It's pretty warm.
The light's like burning! That's why it's for you fucks! Just like that!
Damn, son!
It's fucking beautiful!
How y'all feel? Y'all feel good?
Thank you, KG. And again, much love and appreciation to all those taking part in the chat and joining us today. Pleasure to have you all.
Go ahead.
Look at that blue light slide burn!
I'm just going to leave you guys with this. I have to run to the restroom a moment, and then I will be back for further coverage.
They are booty tickle, John. Damn. Hey, what happened to the blunt? Hey, what happened to my blunt?
Oh, stick it to the gas. Woo, look at that!
I ain't worried about that shit.
Oh, wow.
Don't worry about my blunt.
That's awesome.
Hella dry, bro.
I know, fam. You rolled this shit.
Yeah, then you did. That's the point you rolled.
I'll be down.
Be down my ass. Burn.
Oh, shit. Smelly like the cakes themselves. Smells like bacon. Oh, shit. It's bacon cooking around here.
I was ready for a fucking heartbreak.
Look at that. Oh.
I'm just here smoking weed. I'm smoking weed and recording. The fuck with me. Damn, bro. Damn, G.
I wasn't going to come out today. What the fuck was I thinking?
I don't know what you were thinking.
I always come out.
I don't know. There's too many days to count for me, but yeah.
No change.
Hey, fam. Oh, another one? Back to back, baby? Christmas came early.
Spread out the flag burning, guys. You gotta make it last.
We still need justice for Elijah.
Yeah.
Justice for Brianna!
Justice for Antonio Black Bear. Who y'all killed.
Hey, they tried to pull him back and say come back. He said no. Look at this. Look at this. He want to whip somebody's ass. Damn, you've been itching for some ass whipping, huh? What if your friends didn't help you and you got your ass whooped? How'd you feel?
Maybe the campfire bullet shot JoJo.
Pigs, move back! Pigs, move back! Move, pigs! Let's move back, pigs!
Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Hey, you finna do another one? Step back. Y'all come out and say, step back. Step back.
Get out the way,
Yeah.
pigs. Get out the way. No, pigs. Get out the way.
I'm moving back now. That's cute.
Give us more room to stretch our legs.
No, pigs. Get out the way. It's still running.
Hey, Tick.
Oh, no. They'd arrest me for that.
Oh.
Good. I got $1 for some of that right
Oh,
there.
no, you good, G. Go ahead. Old school.
Right on. Thank you.
I ain't doing nothing but smoking weed. I ain't fucking with them.
Smoking and recording.
Smoking and recording.
Yes.
I'm not causing no damage, no nothing. So don't fuck with me. I ain't gonna fuck with y'all.
Yeah, these motherfuckers ready to pull the trigger.
No.
Ready.
It's his ass.
Oh, this one right here, he probably got bullied as
This
a kid.
husky ass motherfucker right here.
What's it like to be a bully? Yeah, he got beat up.
Yeah, he got bullied real bad. And some of them didn't keep a boyfriend, no girlfriend. That's why they became cops too. I'm just fucking around.
That's real talk, though.
Hey, it'd be fucked up if that was true though. What up, Ashley Lucas? You gonna catch your toes on fire, fucking with them. Wanna hit it?
Okay.
Go ahead, hit that hoe. I'm friendly, I ain't shit. I'm COVID free, you feel me?
Check just this morning, right?
Huh?
Check just this morning?
Man, I checked last week, fuck you mean? I'll keep on. I ain't no stingy smoker. I'm not worried about none of these folks. Because if they really was about the shits, they would have did the shits. And they would have got violated. Real quick, violated. How you doing? I'm doing all right.
That's why they got weapons and shit on
Yep.
their ass.
Jesus Christ.
Do it. Hit someone.
It's
Hit
40%,
me, hit your legs.
4 out of 10. Who do you know here that beats their fucking family?
Yeah.
Some of them, right?
You probably you. It's 40% reported. Not even fucking proven. Reported.
93% of cops have seen police
Hey,
brutality take place. What's
they
gonna beat
itching.
me if you just
Well, he really wants to fucking hit me. I'm agreeable to nothing. All he wants to do is fucking hit me. Look at him. He's ready to go. Huh?
pieces of
Here,
shit?
shove it up my ass. Do what you did to that poor
Fuck you.
motherfucker. Shove it up my ass. Huh?
He getting red. He looking mad.
Bring me in the fucking street. Bring me like an animal.
He look like a big ass tomato right now.
Yeah, look at him. He's ready to fucking pop. Right, motherfucker?
Damn, bro, don't bust.
Yeah, I'll make you into a fucking bird ass sauce. How's that sound? Are you Italian?
Damn, bro. If he can't handle this shit, step your ass back, take 5 minutes, and come back.
Yeah, do something.
It's okay to de-stress, bro. Go to the back and come back after 5 minutes after you cool down.
Yeah, you feel free.
I'm serious. Every human being needs to do the shit. It's health care. Go do some health care in the back. Let somebody else take your place.
Yeah, I got somebody else. Oh, you got something to fucking.
He's ready to take your place.
Yeah, look at him. He's ready to go. He can take your stick too if he wants to beat me. You go ahead and feel free. I'm standing here. I'll even tape over your camera for you, motherfucker. Huh?
Right.
Do something. Do nothing. Motherfucker. Whatever.
They gotta have like at least fucking
You know that fucking mask doesn't work if you don't cover your nose?
Yeah, am I really that fucking terrifying? Am I really that fucking scary? Am I really that fucking scary to each and every single one of you?
No, because you're the only one that's facing towards you. Nobody else is.
Yeah, so
Only
I'm scared
him.
of you. You got what, 4 inches on me? You're fucking afraid of me.
I know. I'm going back. I'm just recording. He's like, oh shit, I'm sweating too hard.
We'll thank you later. You don't worry about it. I'll talk to you later.
Oi!
So, oh my God.
Yeah, you dropped the blunt.
You knocked the blunt out my hand, fam. How you gonna do me like
How
this,
you
fam?
gonna do that? Yeah, how you gonna fuck up my recording like that? Until you
Hey, look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at this compared to them. They got more cops than they do them. That's sad as fuck. Hey, Rudy Pooh.
You heard me?
Hey, somebody said, hey, Brandon Johnson said, come on up here, boy, and get you some. Come on, Brandon Johnson. I ain't scared for now, motherfucker. Come, you fucking time back.
I'm not even high right now either, dude. I've been sober for actually 4 or 5 days. No, I'm allergic to weed.
Oh, well, damn. Okay. What up, Tom? Good night. What it do, cuz? Go ahead. I'm good on that.
What's up? I got enough to make 100.
PPD! Hold this. Like this.
They about to burn a flag. Oh, Rose got it back. Sorry.
Argo! Where's Argo? Fuck, where's Argo? Hold on, I'll be right back. Where's Argo? There he is.
All right, guys, I'm back.
Hey, Argo.
Sorry for the delay
Argo.
here. This is live in Denver, Colorado.
Where's some? Yeah,
And I do have streams nationwide pending. We're going to take a look at a multi-screen real quick, and we'll decide where to go from there.
I was ready to fight. I was ready to throw. I was like, okay, here we go.
There's Shorty.
Let me just take a look here and see what we got.
Where is he?
Seattle, we have Chicago, we have Bellevue, Washington, Lafayette, California. We do have something in Wisconsin. Stand by. We're going to head to Wisconsin real quick. Hopefully this stream will be good. Okay, this is live in Wisconsin. Last night we did see action here with the National Guard and law enforcement, as well as aerial support.
Hey, I heard that.
That's exactly right, Joe. Exactly right, with being joined at the hip.
Hey, y'all, so if y'all didn't hear that, we got more protesters waiting to join us up front.
So I know that there is a curfew here in Wisconsin.
Shut it down. 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 Convict Joseph Mensa. Convict Joseph Mensa. Fire Joseph Mensa. Fire Joseph Mensa. Fire Joseph Mensa. Convict Joseph Mensa. Convict Joseph Mensa. Hey, y'all share this. Share this, y'all. We need numbers. We need more people. The police about to mess with us in a couple blocks, y'all.
Alright, so in Bellevue, Washington, there is a United Voice of Washington Freedom protest going on.
Y'all come through. Take a stand.
And that is actually pro-Trump, pro-right. We have 1, 2, 3 streams from there. And there is also another right-wing rally, Trump rally going on in Beverly Hills at the moment. So if anybody wants to check any of those out, just drop a 1 in the chat. And otherwise, we'll sit here for a moment and just observe and see what's going on here in Wisconsin.
Peacefully protesting. They tripping. We peacefully protesting out here. Real. Peacefully protesting.
I agree, Sim. Yes, sir.
Jay Anderson. Jay Anderson. Justice. Now. Justice. Now. Jay Anderson. Jay Anderson. Jay Anderson. Jay Anderson. What's good, bro? You know, fighting for justice another day, you know what I'm saying? Real. What's his name? Real. Say his name. Alvin Cole. Say his name. Show me what democracy looks like. 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 Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose city? Whose city? Whose city? Whose city? Whose state? Whose state? Whose state? Whose state?
And again, I am monitoring the interwebs for any streams that may come up from this area. They were few and far between last night, but we'll get them if they come.
Our city. Our city. Our state. Our state. Our state. Our state. They got drones in the air.
All right, we got protesters marching to Governor Whitmer's residence, I believe.
They're watching us.
Try and get that stream.
They're watching us, y'all.
We got Louisville, Kentucky up. Let me just get these streamers.
They're watching us, y'all. Hey, Thomas, we good, bro.
All right, we're just gonna take a quick pop to LA,
we're coming up to them.
where this is occurring, and we will make our way back to Wisconsin. This is a rally that's going on there. I'm just trying to adjust the audio for you guys. Pop back to Wisconsin. Okay, here we go. Nope, we're going to go to Michigan, where protesters are marching to Governor Whitmer's house. We know that there was a foiled attempt by a right-winged group to try to start a race war that was broken up by the FBI, so let's tune in here now.
Democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy sounds like. This is what democracy sounds like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy sounds like. This is what democracy sounds like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy sounds like. This is what democracy.
We're going to go to Louisville in a moment.
Cap life sentences. 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 Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people outside. Say what? Ain't no power like the power.
All right, we're almost there.
Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people outside. Say what?
The Black conservative preacher is up now in D.C. as well. Alright, I'm just gonna let you guys pop into DC.
We need justice! We need justice! We demand justice! We demand justice! We demand justice! We demand justice! Justice for the inmate! Justice for the inmate! Justice for the inmate! Justice for the inmate! Justice for the inmate!
All right, we're almost there. It's just around this corner up here.
For the inmates! Justice for the inmates! Cap life sentences! Cap life sentences! Cap life sentences!
Alright, now this is going on in DC. And this is where the Blexit movement was today. Trump spoke to them. And hang on.
So we out here eating kind of like the after party of the after parties.
And I'm about to pull up Louisville, Kentucky. I'm working on that as we speak.
God bless you, man. You
got an awesome mom and dad. I'll tell you right now, man. That's a blessing to have a mom and dad like you. I wish I had a mom and dad like you. I'd have a mom and dad. Thank God we have a mom and dad, all right?
What did he say to you?
He said we have a great...
Okay, I got another stream here.
He said you have a great mom and dad?
To write this down.
Yeah. We're okay. We still got to pay for our food. What are you doing? You had to go to the bathroom? You don't? All right. You all right? You tired? Okay, you're not. He's not tired. Look. My boys. My boys.
Bear with me, guys.
We were just relaxing, winding down. Proud Boys of America certainly are not racist as a whole. Certainly not. Apostle DJ, I forget his last name. That's right. He's right here. I think Zinga, North Carolina, was with him earlier. She follows the page.
Just stand by, guys. As I said, I'm working on a beat.
Hopefully I said that right. I think it was Zinga.
Oh, yeah. Look over here, look over here.
There's still people inside, too, eating. And there was 2,000 Trump supporters here today. Bikers for Trump are up there, some of them. Yeah, this is what's happening in D.C. tonight. There were some altercations a little bit earlier with Trump's BLM. You know, it's always the skateboarder punks. Always them. Want to hit people and attack people, throw water on people.
All right.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Here we go.
Good, boss.
Good to see you again, man. 3 streams in Wisconsin.
You see me at the rally? We sticking it?
Yeah.
Man, bro.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I've never been so happy. I'll tell you that.
All right. Yeah, no doubt. That's real talk, boss. Real talk.
Your son, that's a good son right there.
Man,
I can sense he's a good kid.
Trying to keep him in line, man. One of the 5.
That's the OG right there. That's the OG.
You got to keep all 5 of these boys in line, including him. Hey, what? Why did he point at me? Yeah, what's he doing?
Alrighty, now this is going to be back in Wisconsin. 5.
I gotta get my gas mask and stuff ready, so 1 second.
And I'm working on one other streamer here from Wisconsin. We do have an update on Denver. This is live from Denver PD. Stand by. We will come back to Wisconsin, but for right now, let's get a press briefing on what happened earlier. And this is Denver Police Station Live, Denver 7.
Arapahoe County Sheriffs were assisting us, as were Douglas County Sheriffs. It's unclear right now who was involved with taking the suspect into custody and responding to the initial shooting scene.
You've been able to view were separated at the time. I spoke with one of the
Let me try and adjust the audio for you guys.
Right. So
did they ever clash at any point to your knowledge?
To the best of our knowledge, of what we know, they were separated. We went through great lengths to separate them and keep them separate. So throughout the process of the protest, they were not in close proximity to one another.
Have you been able to view cell phone video or social media of this incident?
We are working on, several people had cell phones. Obviously, that has to be consensual for them to allow us to use that video. So we are talking to them right now to determine whether or not they'll allow us to see that. We understand there's probably various versions of it out there already that's beyond our control. So we know that's a reality.
Did one person fire a chemical dispersion and the other person fire a gun?
That's part of the investigation. We can't disclose that right now.
Can you say, I know that you're still trying to get to the bottom of that, what the law is in terms of can somebody use force against somebody who uses gas on them?
Well, I think it's all in the articulation. I mean, that's for the district attorney to evaluate as to what, if that's the case, whatever, in any instance, what you deem that threat to be, how you articulate that, and then it's up to the district attorneys to determine if it fits the criteria for charging or not.
Were there any other arrests made during today's protests other than these two?
There were not. There were not.
Going back to the bigger question, are you going to talk to organizers of both of these sides? Or, again, I'm trying to get at the bigger question of how you prevent the conflict.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we'll make every outreach effort possible. We encourage any leadership with any of these organizations to work with us to try to work through this process. We want to
and guys, if you can still hear me, Facebook dated to my end. I'm hoping my stream did not drop.
We can't have any further violence in conjunction to what happened today. We just do not want that to happen. We're going to determine what happened in here through the investigation, but our primary focus is to de-escalate the situation.
Thank you, Chief.
Sir, I know it sounds obvious, but you would say that the two people involved, the shooter and the victim, they were associated with the protests?
We're trying to determine that right now. Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, we'll pass on more information as it becomes available, Lance. As we get more information, we'll make sure that you guys all get it, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you. See you, John.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay, thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out.
We're gonna head back to Wisconsin now.
City Hall in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. This is, they are protesting and marching for Alvin Cole, who's a 17-year-old who was killed February 2nd, 2020 by Officer Mensa. They announced this week that they would not be charging the officer, and this is the third fatality by this officer in 5 years of being on duty. So Joseph Mensa is the officer. You know, we're gonna walk down to the National Guard line again. It looks like, see what they're doing down here. It looks like they're just maybe starting to approach. So far, this is the only presence, military presence, that I have seen. There's between, I would say, 100 and 200 people here, kind of spread out. Okay, so they have their shields out now.
I'm hoping that my stream
have you been watching since the start of the live?
Up on me.
They'll stand there for a long period of time. No one's hurting.
YouTube is perfectly fine, but Facebook again is giving me issues.
All right. And then we've got 1 drone, 2 drone, 3 drone.
I am
There
very
goes the
surprised to see that Facebook is
drone.
still up and running. Wow.
And there's another one up there.
All right, everybody in chat, thankful to be
Looks
with
like we
you.
have a
I seriously
chaplain.
thought that Facebook dropped out on me, which happens at times with data demand. Father, Son, Holy Spirit there.
This is the same location where they tear gassed
Dan, welcome. Good to be back, brother. Good to
last
see you
night.
again.
And this is where that really long police and sheriff and National Guard line was. I guess the first night I was out, but I forget what day that is.
I am working on 2 other streamers in Wisconsin at the moment. Just trying to get them on Facebook at the moment. And I just want to thank Chad again, everybody who's taken part
Because I'm
and
gonna
actively
see if
participating.
there's
Just a thank you. And welcome
where
to those that are
the
new.
big vehicles are. Okay, so we have. See what's going on down there. Oh, looks like I can still make it. Oh, so we have more ACLU here.
We have a police officer who has shot and
Looks
killed
like.
3 black and brown men.
All right, there goes the drone again. Let's see. Do you know, are they blocking this street off down here, or are they just...
No idea.
There. Can't... Walk all the way down there. No worries, thank you. Because earlier, the Bearcats and the SWAT were right in this parking lot, and they're not there anymore, so I'm just trying to find them.
Did you see them there?
Yeah, we saw them there. They were there, and then when I first got here, maybe an hour ago, there was like 3, the usual, the 3 Bearcats, and then those really tall ones they have, the M something. Pardon?
But they're gone now?
Yeah, they're gone now. They've been gone since a little before the curfew. So you guys, I'm just gonna walk around to see if you can see any other police presence. Yeah, so it looks like they are blocking off the street by the
All right, I do got
lack
that other
of traffic.
streamer here
I'm gonna make
in
that.
Wisconsin. Stand by. We're gonna check him out. Switching to him now. Let's see what he's got. So this is another group of individuals in Wisconsin in a separate location than that other woman.
Y'all come through, what's good? Yo, give me some love. Yeah, Thomas, no drama yet. If you tuned in, comment Black Lives Matter. So I know I ain't talking to myself. If you tuned in, comment Black Lives Matter in the comment section. Let me know y'all out here. Let me know y'all see me. Peaceful protest. Right, Thomas. That's what they do. The news don't show this right here. Peacefully protesting in front of City Hall. They don't show that. They don't show that.
Karen, there was one stream in Michigan where they were walking to Gretchen Whitmer's house. So that wasn't mislabeled unless there was one that I missed. But I thank you. If you guys ever notice something that seems off, please don't hesitate to mention it in chat, and it will be addressed immediately. Right. So since these guys are just hanging out, we're going to go back to that other streamer. And they are coming in from across the country now.
Today at 4 p.m. They just arrived about 20 minutes ago and met up with this group that's been in front of City Hall. There were some speeches earlier. There's also residents that are out that are protesting the curfew.
Didn't go down well last night.
And I would guess that there's about 200 people here. Okay, now we're gonna cross. Doo, 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 doo. And I got my gas mask. So excited.
That's right, Dan. At least based off what I've seen.
1, 2, there's still 3 drones out.
I appreciate that, Joe.
So you got
Because
a
as
drone
am
right
I.
there. A drone. A drone. Eventually they're gonna drop Amazon packages.
If you guys think about it, these streamers get their donations when the view counts are the highest.
Some of the
view counts
drones are
the highest
bigger.
when there's rioting and looting and burning and
But-
everything else.
Yeah, so
there's almost a conflict of
this group
interest.
that you see here on the lawn has actually been here since earlier. They had some speeches. Some of them are
And
residents
I'm not
that
speaking
are
to any one streamer or them all. I'm just
protesting
saying
the
that
curfew.
in particular, that makes sense.
And some of them are protesting that this has been a peaceful protest and don't understand why there's been, met with the tear gas, and they have not been allowed to continue to protest.
No, Jules, I didn't. Let me see. Let me scroll up.
Looks like we have ACLU guys on every corner, and which let's see. I'm super. Man, I was just telling my chat, I'm like, this is like capture the flag. I'm waiting to see which corner they're gonna come from, right? I want to make sure that I'm there. Can I have one of the mods please pin where we are? Yeah, there's 3 drones. There's one there, there's one up there, and there's one right there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, oh, is that a third one?
Yeah, there's 3. And they.
I don't hear it. No, that's a drone. That's
Yeah.
a drone too?
That's a drone. That's a drone. Yeah.
By the way it's hovering, that's a drone. Cops don't have a lot of weapons, do they? Probably have tanks. They're militarized.
Lindsay, I'm copying that link you put to Twitter
Since
now.
you have a mask on, can I interview you?
I'm going to check it out. And if it's
All right.
worthy,
Can
we'll
you
definitely get it up
tell
on the
me
screen.
did you come with the protest that was marching this way?
Yes.
And you guys remain peaceful?
Yes, we do what we've been doing for the past 134 days.
Mhm.
It's been the same MO, go through the neighborhoods, waking in the neighborhoods, through our car honking and our chants and our bullhorns. And that's pretty much what protest is. It's not anything different. It's not rocket science. It's not about bullying. It's not about terrorizing. And I understand why the president has to put it that way, or why it has to put a spin on like that. Because the way I put it, when you force people to have to talk about what they've been benefiting from, and they don't want to talk about it, now I'm mad. So instead of me talking about it, I'm going to throw out all of these other distractions. I'm going to treat you aggressively. I'm going to put this negative stereotype over what you're doing so we can treat you aggressively, so we can give the police permission to treat you aggressively, peaceful protest, disrespecting our amendment right to protest. And that's what you see going on. Total disrespect of our right to protest. The Constitution says we have a right to do that. When, where, whatever time. We're not vandalizing, but that's not what the protest part is about. I understand there's revolt and there's rioting, but this particular protest it's not what that's about. And this country left us no choice since we've been here, but to make noise like this and cause civil disobedience like this to get attention. We tried the peaceful way. We tried even voting. And it seems like no matter who we vote in, nothing is changing.
Right.
Nothing is happening. So we have to go with what we have a right to do and what we know to do. That is make noise. We know they respond to noise. That's why the military is here. That's why the police presence is here, even though we may not see it in full force, but they're on the different corners lining up for a peaceful protest. All of this because, number one, you want to protect pretty much a serial killer cop in Joseph Mensah. You want to cover up. It's already been proven that the shootings were unjustified. You're doing all of this to protect an officer.
Right.
And we simply told them, you convict him, you fire him, this goes away. If they at least fire him, this goes away.
Right.
But we're not stopping, because if we stop, that means you won.
Sure.
And that means that the protests of our near history in the 50s and 60s are null and void, because we see what happened as they persisted, as they kept going. This is the new 21st century protest.
Sure.
And we're not stopping.
Sure. And wasn't it Martin Luther King that actually engaged in the civil disobedience, which I've actually personally witnessed with you guys, where at the most you've marched through the streets, which is something that is disrupting the law civilly in a peaceful manner. And I've seen you go to people's outside of people's homes, but you're asking them to join you, correct?
Yes. As we're going throughout the neighborhoods and people are out and they're actually supporting.
And if you guys watched last night, you saw how they did that with the bullhorn and the lights.
Upset, they're mad, they're calling into the police. But if people would just come and walk with us through these neighborhoods, you will see the community out on their porches clapping their hands, throwing up their fists, Black Lives Matter signs in their yard. They support us. They understand what we're doing.
Sure.
And that's not to say that they may not be a little agitated at times, but they understand.
Sure.
And they respect what we do, because we're not pointing weapons at them. We're not walking on their property, challenging them. We're not doing that. We're just going through the neighborhood. That's it. And we gain support.
Check my page,
the community
guys.
that we're in now, they're out here with us.
Check my
Most
channel
of them
page.
have joined us out here.
Sure, it seems like the
dated
numbers have
October
actually doubled, if not more, since just in the last few nights.
Yes.
And I saw some
In
people that had
Portland.
signs that were protesting even just the curfew and the right to be out here.
Yes. The mayor, the first time he implemented a curfew, he tried to implement an emergency curfew, which has to go through common council and the voting. So that was an illegal curfew that he mandated. And they knew that the decision that was going to be made wasn't going to be favorable. And so he hurried up and tried to implement another curfew. So this is another civil disobedience against the curfew, because it's just another way of being quiet. One thing I understand is they don't mind us making noise, just don't make noise about this. Don't call us out, don't expose us. It's the exposure that they don't want.
Sure.
So we're not going to stop. We're declaring that we're going to win.
Sure. If you could be in control of how this night went, and what would it look like? What would be your guys' end goal? How would this night go?
Good question.
Before it seems like the police lines would ever stop you guys. So I haven't got to see how does it peacefully end?
Yeah, it would go that they would not bother us, that they would not arrest, that they would not flatten tires, that they would not hand out bogus tickets. They would just let us peacefully protest. We'll go home without any incident, without any violation, or without them disrespecting our constitutional rights.
Right. So last night you guys were peacefully protesting and they just came up with a line, and there was tear gas last night, correct?
Yeah, unnecessary tear gas, rubber bullets, just unnecessary use of force. Nobody was threatened, nobody was in danger. All the drama is being brought towards us.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Be safe tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, let's see. Well, you guys heard that from somebody that's been in the march, that it's been, and that's been my experience, you guys. Like, I've marched with them for 2 nights, and it's actually been
2 nights.
one of my, I really enjoyed my march with this group. They sing,
Oh, she's a pro. She's a vet. 2 nights.
I don't know, they just have a lot of positivity, and I really just appreciated being with them. And I believe, you do you, whatever that looks like, but I have to hand it off to people that stand up and have the courage to stand up for what they believe in. You don't have to agree with what they believe in or not, or, you know, so if you're in my chat, you agree or disagree. I don't really care what your viewpoint is, but if you're out doing something about it, maybe you're trying to change legislation, maybe you're volunteering at a soup kitchen, maybe you're this, you're that. My hat's off to anybody that's willing to roll up their sleeves, whatever it is that you stand for. So, it looks like we've got the, those lights right there are the, oh, what is that? I don't think it's the Bearcat, it's the other one. And let's see. Can somebody post the time, what time it is in the chat, please? Because there was a curfew that started at 7 p.m. Ooh. All right. Looks like we've got, what is that? Some police vehicles. 1, 2, 4 police vehicles. They don't have their lights on. Crossing. And then, okay, it looks like they have officially closed off the streets. And you guys, on the march that I was on 2 nights ago, there was a jump out van that did try and take a protester. I witnessed it with my own eyes. It was an unmarked van, so they did get off with his bike, but he was able to not get into the van, and he ended up speaking on my live, so that's somewhere in the archives. I'm losing track of which day that was 2 nights ago, so whatever day that was. We still have
Appreciate you, Joe. Thank you.
2 drones.
Or Dan, rather. Sorry.
Got the ACLU. Ooh, where?
You look up that
That's
way?
where I thought they were. I saw them here, and then I saw the cars here, so I started walking. Because there was 4. Well, there was 4 vehicles that came from
left. Yeah, but it looked like civilian vehicles.
Yeah, at least there was 1 or 2 other vehicles down that way.
Yeah, there is. I just saw it's not the Bearcat, it's the taller one.
Yeah.
The,
One from West Allis that shoots gas.
Yeah. So we'll go see what's happening down this street.
Oh no, Joe, it wasn't you. I'm
Right there,
sorry.
that's just
it was
police
just Dan.
blocking
If you can, just try to steer clear of that. Not because of you, but Father Algorithm likes to twist
and
turn anything
we're gonna
that
go
they can.
see what this is right here. Actually,
coming from another page after Kenosha that just mentioned someone's name.
you guys, so the
actually was
ACLU
censored
comes
for a
out
month.
to all of the protests, and they are there to make sure that, you know, citizens' rights and
merely for mentioning a name.
The laws and statutes are abided by, and so they are there to document, and they are completely volunteers. And so I think it's a great organization.
Yeah, Dan, I'm not sure if you know, this is just a private channel. They can't see what we're saying or anything like that. If you want to hop on to Katie, that's the name of the streamer, you're more than welcome to, and she can see all your comments along with the public.
I kind of just
but
relaxed
for the sake
on
of
their
this channel,
shields.
we try to keep it clean
Oh, look,
and
there we have
respectful.
the, just turn the corner, you
they
guys.
can't see anything you're saying.
It's not the Bearcat, it's the other one. It's the M, it starts with an M, I think. All right, here they. All right, you guys.
Excellent Super Trooper reference there, Joe. Right, meow.
All right. Okay, so we have, let's see. Can somebody please tell me which this one is?
Those are the
No, not that
Bearcats.
one. The one behind it. You guys, we have 1, 2, 3. This is the sheriff. That one says sheriff. I can't see. What? Am I okay? What? I won't pass it. Can I stand right here? Right here? All right, so we have, this is also the sheriff. You guys, and then all of these vehicles behind are Hummers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As of right now, you could say this is the response for people that are breaking a curfew right here. So they're coming. There we go.
How's it unlawful? How's it unlawful?
If you fail to leave, you'll be subject to arrest.
Oh, so you gonna arrest me?
The curfew is in effect. It's an unlawful assembly under state statute 947.06. You have to vacate immediately. If you fail to leave, you'll be subject to arrest.
So.
Curfew is in effect. This is an unlawful assembly under state statute 947.06.
Yeah. This is the sheriff and the National Guard, you guys.
If you fail to leave, you'll be subject to arrest.
If somebody could please pin what this vehicle is right here. I'm frustrated that I can't remember the name. Those are Bearcats. And these two right here are sheriffs, but this one has a different symbol on it, and I'm trying, I don't want to state wrong what it is. And then, like I said, this is National Guard behind them, and the first two vehicles do have the hatch where they can stand up. They are carrying, the National Guard does have live ammunition in their guns that they're carrying. So that
Pete,
is
this is in
1,
Wisconsin.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Hummers.
Wauwatosa, I can't pronounce it, but it's in the top left-hand corner of the screen. Every location.
The group.
The curfew is in effect. This is an unlawful assembly under state statute 947.06.
Thank you, Karen, for that location. They're in a suburb of Milwaukee in Wisconsin.
You'll be subject to arrest.
It looks like they might possibly start marching. So
Curfew is in effect.
just want to make sure I don't lose them.
State statute 947.06. You have to vacate the area.
One. And then you've got the National Guard and the sheriffs that have been here since earlier today are still here. Ooh, that's right.
Just so you know. Just so you know.
Sorry, so we
travel, man, travels alone, baby.
We have a group over here that's marching. We have a group that's staying in the grass. Pardon?
About arresting me. You heard what he said, right? You heard what he said. You heard, so it's caught on camera. Some curfew 7:30. Man,
Oh,
it's 7 o'clock.
the donuts are good in jail. Oh. Just
The
kidding.
donuts are good in jail. The ones they bring in from Dunkin' Donuts.
I don't know. Oh, I didn't even see this over here, you guys. Let's go.
Curfew at 7 o'clock.
All right. So you guys, I'm on the, I'm in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, and we have, there is a curfew. It started at 7 p.m. There's been a group that was here on the grass at City Hall, that some speeches. It's been completely peaceful. This is the response, and they're justifying it based off of the curfew. There's been, all I've seen tonight are speeches, songs, chants, and there's been a peaceful protest, but they are saying because it's curfew, this is what you're seeing. So you, MRAD, thank you. MRAD, thank you. So you have bye. And at this point, I mean, I guess you could call them kettled, as the police are on that street and on that street. Oh, that's bright. Oh wow, they have people behind them as well. You guys, so behind them you've got, that's the National Guard behind them. So coming to a city near you, curfew. This is what I'm a little frustrated with how much this probably costs, you guys. Can't they just like hand out curfew tickets?
And my apologies, guys. I did just clear
you guys,
the chat.
There is the police U-Haul vehicle. There is a U-Haul vehicle right there that is with the police or the National Guard. There's police officers, like, let's see right here. What is this?
Back up.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna argue with that one. There's 1, 2, I don't know. I can't even. The really tall National Guard ones that have press. Do we go more? More? I don't know. We'll go this way. Press is exempt from the curfew, but you're not, as press, you know, you can't interfere, but they're not doing anything, so I don't feel that I'm interfering. I'm just watching a 4th of July show.
Just so everyone knows, on Facebook, my stream time is now 3 hours and 11 minutes.
You guys, if you're watching this on a
right around 4 hours, I will have to restart it so that it does not get lost. But I will be going right back to live and continuing nationwide coverage. So please feel free to follow, subscribe. You know the terminology, so that you can know when I do go back. Because I will be going right back to restreaming. For now, back to coverage.
We're on North and 76th. There's been a protest that's been peaceful. They marched, they started at 4 o'clock. They came here, they joined. These are residents and other people that have come out to protest the curfew. There's been no destruction today. There's been no vandalism. This is a group that has been marching peacefully. There was actually a church service here earlier. I got the, heard the last bit of it. And then, and the curfew started at 7. And this is the response that you're seeing. Wauwatosa, sorry. Wauwatosa.
Hey, you guys in chat, just let me know if her audio is 900, you guys. I can up it if need be.
And if you can hear that, I can barely hear it. That is their DJ Elrad that is giving the quietest announcement that they're declaring it an unlawful assembly. They have so much armored vehicles. I'm surprised they don't have a bigger speaker. That was so quiet. So it's been about 10 minutes ago that the vehicles started kind of encroaching from, first they shut off the street, now they're coming this way. Behind them, when I was down there earlier, I counted about 8 Hummers that were with the National Guard. You have this same line here. They're saying that they will be subject to arrest. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 drones out. I got my...
I do have that other streamer in Milwaukee at the moment, or Wisconsin rather.
But there's people sitting on the lawn peacefully. Please report that. Don't just come here when I start doing all the tear gas and start reporting that. Spark 6 especially,
I'm just going to pop in on him, and then we'll come back. So again, this is in Wisconsin. I'm just going to check out this streamer, see what they're up to. He was in a different crowd. See if they're still live, and if they're not, we will go back to Katie. And it appears that they are not, so we're going to head back to Katie now. My apologies for that interruption. And again, this is in Wisconsin.
He's asking the media. You've got mainstream media right here, you guys. He's asking that they. He's asking that they report it accurately.
Channel 58 accurately reported. The first night wasn't accurately reported. Y'all didn't get the other group behind us that was trashing all the businesses. That wasn't this group. But y'all didn't report that there were two different groups out here. That everybody thinks all the protests are violent. Please accurately report this stuff. Don't just come to the standoff, march with us. If you march with us, you'll see that we're peaceful. Report this on the news so people can stop hating us, man.
You guys, I marched with them for 2 days, and I can tell you right now, it was completely peaceful. There were children. They were encouraging people to come out of their homes and march with them, which they did. And what you're seeing over here are residents of Tosha that have come out in solidarity for them. Their march started at 4 p.m. today. It had to have been
oh yeah, Karen, they do not like
5 miles maybe to get to this point. Once what you see here, this is in response to curfew. So this is what you're seeing, is that they are justifying this as an unlawful assembly due to curfew. There's been nothing thrown at them. They have not been antagonized. They just marched here, got here. They've chanted. They've had songs. There was actually a church service here earlier. They have music. And at this point, they are in essence cuddled because you've got the street blocked there. The street is blocked over there. And now they're approaching. And behind them is, let's...
Get her out! Get her! You already got kicked out by you got kicked out. I was there in West Dallas. Go away. Go away.
What leader? Ask Sean. Sean, he's whoever that person is. Order, you tell Kimberly. What? No, not Sean. The person asking who that leader is. And so...
Chicago, Illinois now has stuff going on as well.
Which song? The one with the t-shirt. The one doing the documentary. Where is he? Or Madison. You guys, as you know, I wasn't out here last night because this group that is genuinely peaceful, there's like a few people that think running me out is going to be helpful to their cause. They're advocating for
That's right, Robin.
Katie from Seattle.
Thank you.
Yep. Report.
Okay, there we go.
Live, everything.
Yeah, so you guys, it's interesting. So last night oh my goodness. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
No, it's just that it's frustrating. You guys they advocate for more body cams, and then they are upset for all the people that weren't videotaped. So the leader of their group actually said that I could come out tonight because last night I wasn't out. And so I don't know. You can't win. You want to come help them, and then usually. But anyways.
Don't stop your live because I'm standing here.
Oh no, I'm not. I was just trying to think where I want to go next because I want to go down that street or this street.
For me, for him, he just said he never talked to you.
Sean?
Yeah.
No, not Sean. I said ask Sean who the leader is. I don't know who
did.
the leader is.
I did. He said he never.
Look, I'll show you the message.
Everybody knows when he's supposed to be here.
Did your stream just go down here? Come on, Katie, clean it up. Stand by, everyone. We're just going to pop by Chicago, and we're going to wait for Katie to come back up on screen. Once she does, I'll let you know. Yep, Katie's stream just went down.
If we don't get it, shut it down. Black Lives Matter. 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 No justice. No justice. No peace. 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 Who do you protect?
I know, Robin, it looks like your stream went down. Not just on mine, but on everyone else's as well.
Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve? Who do you protect?
But the second it comes back, I will know.
No justice! No justice! No justice! No justice! No justice!
I do have a new software that allows me to know when each and every streamer is up and live. And that's how I'm able to bring them to you. Just to let you guys know, there is currently this going on in Chicago. There is a rally that is going on out in LA, in Beverly Hills. And in the coming hours, Seattle and Portland will be up and busy. But currently, it is just Chicago, as well as those other two mentioned.
if you don't get it, shut it down. And if you don't get it, shut it down. And if you don't get it, shut it down. And if we don't get it, shut it down. 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 No justice.
Hey,
no
hey.
justice. No peace.
Hey, put it inside the bag. Put it inside the bag. There you go.
No justice. No justice. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Who do you protect? We serve. Who do you protect? Who do you serve? 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 Who do you protect? Who do you serve?
This is the Chicago, Illinois
Who do
Dan.
you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve?
My check. 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 Shalom Aleichem, peace be unto you. I see you having a good time in the life bar. But unfortunately, I'm not able to have time in a bar because I'm clearly fighting to live. Because black lives don't matter here. While you're having your good time, I'm fighting to live, sir. I'm fighting to live. Because black lives don't matter in this place. We're murdered. Huh? No, not here. Police! Our lives, we have to be every weekend on the streets.
Yeah, everyone on this fucking street.
Absolutely. Because we just found out another murder. Listen to me real good, sir. Another murder happened 3 days ago. Another murder in Chicago, and the family called me last night.
What's the percentage?
Percentage of what? Wait a minute, hold on here, sir. Are you with us? Shame on you. 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 Show your face, sir. Say it to the camera. Shame. You said, what's the percentage? Sir, do you know why I'm out here? Do you know why I'm out here? Because of Rakia Boyd murdered. Because of Breonna Taylor was murdered. Trayvon was murdered. Michael Brown was murdered. Eric Garner was murdered. Sandra Bland was murdered. Tatiana was murdered. Eric Garner was murdered. Michael Brown was murdered. Laquan McDonald was murdered. The same names of 400 years of systemic racism. So while you got your hat turned backwards, I can't stand here with my hat turned backwards. I gotta stand on the streets to say Black Lives Matter. 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 All lives don't matter until Black Lives Matter. All lives don't matter till Black Lives Matter. All lives don't matter until 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 Black Lives Matter. 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 Why you leave, sir? Does the truth hurt? Are you a part of the problem or are you a part of the solution? Are you a part of the problem or are you a part of the solution? You got your head turned backwards and not man enough to say Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Which one of you guys for the Proud Boys? Which one of you guys support the Proud Boys? Does anybody here support the Proud Boys? Okay, then say Black Lives Matter. 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 Black Lives Matter.
Hell yeah! Dave Chappelle is screaming Black Lives Matter right now!
Okay, my brother, thank you very much. God bless you.
You do look like Dave Chappelle.
Amen.
Dave Chappelle!
Amen.
Dave Chappelle!
Let me explain to you why I'm out
Exactly,
in the streets.
Karen.
Dave Chappelle!
All right, bro, thank you. The reason why I'm out in the streets, while you're drinking your nice beer, while you're sitting with family or friends, I got a fight to live on Saturday. There's a different reality when we are simply endangered species. When our brothers are looked only to be systemically racist, racially profiled, and murdered. 3 days ago, another murder happened in Chicago. Darren Green was murdered. And the family reached out to me last night. So we got another requirement down on murder on our hands. So this is why, while you guys are having a nice good old time,
All right, guys, we got Katie back. I got Katie back. Yes, I know. I know. We're going back to Wisconsin.
It'll be her evidence.
Yeah, thank me
But,
later. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
just saying, I think that's really, I wouldn't do that if I were her, honestly. Because I watched last night, a girl was near the line and they just took her.
Yes.
Yeah. I would just be careful. Okay. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Don't talk.
Okay. It's called the definition of insanity right there, you guys. All right. I should probably get out of the middle of the road, though. So you guys, there's this line, and there's actually no protesters left. You have the ACLU, you have the media, and you now have, they've made this line, and so they're, you guys, I do just,
Alrighty, guys,
to be
my
fair, I
stream
do
time
think
is
that
at 3
issuing
hours and
curfew
34
tickets
minutes.
would be
In another
a little
25 minutes,
cheaper
I'm going to
than
restart,
this,
but
and
I
as
will
a
be going
taxpayer,
right back
this
up
is
to
a
cover
lot.
this. So if you haven't followed yet, and you choose my coverage as worthy of doing so, please
stating
follow. That way you'll know exactly when the stream is back up and running. We're going to be doing coverage all night, including Wisconsin, Seattle, Eugene if it's up again, as well as Portland.
So I know that the protesters are not here right now, but usually wherever they are, these vehicles are. So I'll move when these vehicles move.
Let me try and get this audio up for you in your stream.
Oh. All right. Let's move.
Woman recording the intersection. Move east
Bear with
North
me.
Avenue out of the intersection.
Where's east? This way? This way? This way? Yeah. Thank you. All right. They want us to move east.
Please continue walking eastbound on North Avenue out of the intersection.
I was on the sidewalk, you guys, to be fair.
Yeah, but we still have to get to law school.
So you have the media, mainstream media up there, or there.
Step out of the roadway.
I'm not.
Let me get an audio up for you guys.
On the sidewalk.
Keep going. And for those of you just joining us, this is Wisconsin, where the curfew is now in effect.
You guys. Anybody watching this on a restream, you're watching katie.live. Instead of .com, go to katie.com with an IE and follow all of my, right now we're live on Facebook. We go live on Twitch, YouTube.
That's right, Joe. They're making a killing.
Just got an
They're a
Instagram
business just like
and
anyone
Twitter
else.
as
Mainstream
well.
media.
And for anybody just joining, we are on West North Avenue and Wauwatosa Avenue in front of City Hall. Alvin Cole, 17-year-old, was fatally shot by Officer Joseph Mensa on February 2nd, 2020. They announced this week that they will not be charging the officer. People have been marching and have been protesting. This group tonight has been actually started their march at 4 p.m. They marched almost 4 or 5 miles to get to this intersection where they met up with another group of people that had had a church service and some speeches. And
At the bus stop, your final warning to walk east on North Avenue.
this is and there is a curfew that started at 7 p.m. So it's about, I would say about 200 protesters, and there was no projectiles thrown at the officers. Nothing has occurred. Looks like they have their own camera.
Exactly, Robin.
So they do have their gas masks on. This is a mix of, you guys, the sheriff's department and the police department. I can't tell if it's Wauwatosa or not. So the National Guard is now in the grass of the middle school. And you can see over here, they're bringing forward the National Guard closer. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 Hummers on the other side of the street, 2 right here. Let's see. So. Toes are cold. So they've come this, still got because the one lone protester is behind me on the sidewalk. There is a curfew that started at 7 p.m. tonight. They've declared this an unlawful assembly due to the curfew. If you're just joining, there was no like police line or projectiles thrown. It was declared an unlawful assembly earlier due to curfew. And if my mods could timestamp when things like that happen, when they declared the unlawful assembly, because I almost just told you how long ago it was, but now I can't remember if that was 10 minutes ago or an hour ago. Losing track. So. Just to tell you, this is where they were earlier. You've got the ACLU right there. She's almost lost her voice. She's fired up. No. So, on it, you guys, my biggest thing that I'm worried about right now is my ride. Do you guys have a car? A car? If this disperses and they go find the protesters, are you driving there?
I'm following him.
Do you have an extra seat? Can I catch a ride? Okay, you guys, I'm not gonna miss anything. Here, I'll show you. She's right there. They're right there. Oh shoot.
You're under arrest for curfew violation.
Ooh. This is
That is an individual who is not press.
Footage of Katie.live. The think. Sorry, you guys. This is in Wauwatosa on North Avenue and 76th. Yeah. Huh. So, thanks, Marcus. All right.
All right, we do have
So-
aerial view now, aerial footage. Stand by. While that arrest is taking place, we'll come back to Katie in a moment, but let's just take a look at it. Wisconsin from the sky. This just came in. Oh, it's not from the sky. That looks to be Katie. Or not. What in the hell? So we'll head back to Katy now. Jeez Louise. They are not playing games tonight. Same as last. Stand by, we'll go back to Katy in just a second. Okay, so the guard is shifting their lines. Looks like they're going to be relocating. And let's remember that intersection. We're heading back to Katy now in Wisconsin.
Okay, just keep an eye out on me if other media members start moving, because I want to.
Of the Wauwatosa department. The city announced this week they will not be charging the officer. It is the third fatality in 5 years from this officer. At the very beginning of my live, I got to speak with one of the mother of Jay Anderson, who was killed in 2016 by this officer. And the findings that came back in that was that it was not a reasonable and justified shooting. He was shot 5 times in the head and once in the neck. And had he been relieved of duty back then, you know, Alvin Cole's family is saying that Alvin Cole would still be here today. So. Now.
No, not at all, Tracy.
The reason why I'm still standing here, you guys, and not going to join the protesters is because these vehicles right here are going to go where the protesters are. So if they're still here, then I'm not in a rush. So, Angela, I almost positive, you guys, that he has been relieved from the force as of this week. But because I do not have I have not seen it officially in writing myself, I don't want to comment on that. That's why. But I think he is going to be relieved from the force, if not has been already. That's Officer Mensa. So it looks like they're letting cars back through again. This person's probably like, oh, I was just trying to come home from my vacation. All right. Here. So. Can some of my mods, can you please check if there's other live feeds up that have a location? I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. But oh my goodness. Can we please stop pinning that though? Okay.
All right, we're just going to take a look at that other camera angle.
It's 1 second. It's going to say broadcast interrupted, but I'm just have to fix one thing. So hold on.
What a spectacle, huh?
I'm not sure if Katie has 2 phones or what, but there's 2 separate accounts. The other one she was streaming from is no longer active. So I'm not sure if her account was stopped on Facebook or if it was the actual device itself. One name is Katie, the other is Katie.live.
There is? There's a streamer with me right now. I don't think so.
LA is now up on the map now too. My screen time is 3 hours.
You guys, for anybody just joining, we are in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. The group of protesters have retreated. And we've got the National Guard. Let's see. And we're kind of just waiting to see what their next response is, since they haven't left this location yet. We're also kind of standing by. You've got more National Guard in this parking lot here. So you have Winnebago County is here. Oh, you've got police rescue. And so it looks like they're, oh wow, thank you for the donation, Donna. So sweet. So it looks like they're getting ready to leave, which means we're gonna get ready to leave. This is the Sheriff's Office of EAU Clare County. I don't know how you say that. And then you had the Winnebago County. Pardon?
Eau Claire County, yeah.
Eau Claire, sorry. You guys. Oh. And then, of course, you have the National Guard. The police do have U-Hauls with them. Not sure how they're using them, but if you're seeing U-Hauls, they are actually with the police. So you have SAUK County, Wauwatosa Police. Looks like some vans to put if there were arrests for people. National Guard. So that sheriff. I'm super curious why they have U-Hauls.
They're carrying police.
Here?
No.
Oh, literally carrying police in them. I thought they were trying to use them as like to lure protesters in, as like, because in Louisville there were the U-Hauls had shields in them, and then they went and arrested them. So I thought maybe they were trying to.
So perfect timing.
I don't know.
They pull out.
Oh, here there's the bus. Look at this.
I go to restart line. About 3 minutes. I'm going to do so.
Are you guys calling it a night?
And hope to see you guys there.
I'm his security.
Welcome, Sam. Anybody of all views, faiths, classes, creeds, colors is welcome on my channel.
So you've got looks like 2 Greyhound buses right there.
I just hope for a respectful dialogue. Everyone has the right to their First Amendment and freedom of speech, and everyone is a human being. So welcome, and I hope that you enjoy the coverage. Oh, Tara, I can help you out on Netflix suggestions.
Oh, thanks, Paul. Super sweet. You guys, if you're watching this on a restream, you're watching kdkd.live, which is on Facebook right now, but you can go to the kdkd.live instead of .com, and that will have all the links to follow. Wait, sorry, there's only 1 Greyhound there, you guys, and
Whitney, welcome to you as well. Like I said to Stan, everyone here is welcome, but I just instill positive speech and respectful speech to everybody. Name calling isn't going to be tolerated, so, you know, if people have names or titles, let's just respectfully, you know, have dialogue and discourse with one another. I just focus on the coverage. I don't, you know what I mean, get into political views or biased, anything like that. So, like I said, I just hope that you guys can enjoy the coverage and a respectful chat with one another.
Jeff, if you could message me the next location, that would be amazing.
Alright, so I'm going to end up, the stream time is at 3:58:47. What I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to be ending this stream and directly starting a new one right away. So you can feel free to follow, like, share, whatever that business is, but the main thing is follow so that you'll be able to know exactly when I go live. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this live stream and I am going to directly start a new one. So I hope to see all of you guys there. Tara, thank you so much for your help. Julie, Joe, pleasure. Thank you guys. Alrighty, I'll see you in about literally 1 or 2 minutes flat. Let me just end this up real quick and we'll get to restreaming directly. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you again.